My friend, I have a question for you. What if you had the power to inspire, influence, and connect with any audience you wanted to?
So awesome to have something tangible that you see results from, that you get not just for yourself, but coming from others to me. That meant the world. Something that happened was life-changing.
Hang on for the ride and show up intentional because God's got something in store for you.
I want to learn how to speak from this woman who acts like being Christian actually makes a difference. It's going to change your life if you let it. So let it change your life! Summer was able to help me with the nuances, the fine-tuning. It really took my speaking ability, my level of skill to the next level. And so, don't you want to level up with us? Come out and play.
It's just been absolutely amazing. And so I look forward to seeing you be a part of Master Your Voice.
And just in the short couple months that I have actually been working with Summer, it's been a life changer. It's been a complete game changer for me.
Because it is time for you to step into your purpose with Christ. Let's do that together.
I just know this is going to bless people. Summer showed me how to walk out of fear and into faith, and now I walk in my calls, being on stages and founding organizations, something I never thought I would do. Thank you, Summer.
Gone are the days of audiences that are fidgeting or talking or constantly checking their phone while you're on stage. We're going to make you an in-demand hot speaker that people cannot take their eyes off of.
Summer is actually, she is the real deal.
It is time for you and me to link shields of faith, my friend. The other thing you guys do not want to miss out on is this incredible community of women. I know a lot of people struggle with relationships in life. A lot of people struggle with having true friendships. And here, I just love watching how the women truly love on each other. They truly look out for each other, and they build lifelong relationships that I know women are taking into their next chapter of life together, so that they truly have support and have a place where they can feel safe in this world.
I joined Master Your Voice because I've always known that I've had a call to speak, and this was the time in my life where I knew I was ready, but I knew I needed help. And so God, in His goodness, placed Summer in my life right at the right time, and I'm so glad He did, because I'm building up through her training the confidence, the encouragement, and the specifics to improve what I know I need to be able to be effective to spread God's love and His word to His people.
I used to walk in a lot of hiddenness and fear, and Summer has helped me to accomplish dreams that would have taken years to do without her, as well as step into a whole other level of boldness and confidence.
I love it and encourage anyone to just find their own voice and learn to speak it with confidence, like I've learned with Summer Day.
Summer has created a safe place to have fun, growing, and learning to communicate well with excellence and boldness.
I feel like I needed to learn to use my voice more. And as a coach, I wanted to learn how to come across to people, and she taught that very well.
Make sure that you sit forward and pay attention and take lots of notes, because this is going to rock your world.
You gotta get out of that fear. You gotta stop letting that fear stop you, because once you stop letting that fear stop you and you walk into that faith, then God can do so much. He can open so many doors. He can elevate you to a level that you would never even think that you could possibly be there.
Billionaire Grant Cardone actually says that speaking confidently in public is one of the keys to creating success in your life. And the very well-known Warren Buffett says that public speaking is the #1 asset for anyone to acquire. Everything. Yes! 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 I'm alive! Let's do this! Let's go, guys!
Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, my friends. Can you see me now? Look, I'm twinning on myself. It's Pink Jacket Day. Hi, friends. How are you doing? I think everybody must still be asleep on this fine Saturday. Oh, look what I did. Now I just messed up my hair. Hello, Wanda. Hello, Sharice. Hello, Lauren. Hello, Nicole. Drop in the chat where are you guys watching from. If you're watching on Facebook, hit that heart button a bunch of times. Tell us where you're from. Tag a friend or 10. So good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to our bonus day of our Master Your Voice Challenge. I'm super excited to have you here with me. My name is Summer Day. If you've never seen my face before, Summer Day, all day, every day. That is me. I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself in just a minute here. All right, let's see where we have our people from today. California. My chat just disappeared. San Antonio, at the vet and still listening in. I love it. Lauren, I literally just clicked yes and added London right a couple seconds ago. So London should be in. Well, welcome, friends. Glad that you're here. Drop in the chat. Is it day 1 for you or is it day 4? Because you've actually been here the whole time with the challenge. Have you been tuning in and following along from day 1? Is it day 4 for you, day 1 for you, day 2 for you? Where are you at? Let me know. Drop that in the chat. Let's see where people are from. All right, and here comes a couple more people. We'll let them in from the waiting room. I am going to pray and then we'll get started and I'll tell you just a little bit about what we're going to work on today. Sound good? So, Father, we just want to turn this time over to you. Thank you for the opportunity to be here, Father, with these kingdom speakers, Father, these people that have said yes to mastering their voice, yes to being a bold mouthpiece for the kingdom. Father, I pray in Jesus' name that you help everyone here to be laser focused for this session, Father, free from distractions. And I just call out the warrior in every single one of them. I posted the other day about how sometimes it's disheartening seeing a world full of so many people that are just stoppable. Father, would you raise up a remnant of bold and confident, unstoppable speakers for the kingdom, Father? Let every person that registered be here today. Tune in, Lord. Get hungry and get crazy about sharing their message with the world. Will you help them to know that their message matters and that they're just one confident step away from being able to share that message in a powerful way for you, friend, for the kingdom, Father. I'm just so grateful to be here and steward this vision. So bless our time today, Lord. I just turn everything over to you in Jesus' name. Amen. 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 All right. Y'all didn't write if it's day 1, day 2, day 10. Which day are you on? Tanya, I know you're on day 4. What day are you guys all on? What is going on with that piece of hair? Calm down, hair. There I see Lauren's day 4. Awesome. Well, we're having some issues right now with some of my slides not wanting to work. Isn't that funny? So I was going to tell you a little bit about myself, but in the meantime, I'll just give you a little bit of a rundown for what we got going on today. So we've actually been at this challenge for the last, we did 3 days. We did Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and then we had VIP sessions at night. And so for this bonus day, I'm going to go over some of the stuff that we've learned before so that people that haven't been here, it's your first day, like hang on for the ride. We're going to go over all of that. And we'll see what other nuggets we want to step up with. If you got questions in the chat, drop questions in the chat. I was talking to a beautiful lady yesterday and she was asking me about getting nervous and how she just, every time she has to speak, she feels like almost like her throat closes up and she just gets really nervous. We drop nervous in the chat if that's been something for you, like where you know you're supposed to speak more, but Lauren Hall, all capitals. But like being nervous has been something that has gotten in your way, something that has stopped you. Because I want to address that really quick because I don't want to forget that. So if you know my background, and eventually I'm going to get my slides to work, or I'll just share my background without slides because, you know, good speakers are able to just roll with the punches. So I directed theater for 25 years in Los Angeles, California. And I put over 20,000 performers on stage. Youngest was 3. Well, technically the youngest was 3 months because my daughter played baby Peter Pan in Peter Pan, and we had a real live baby in shows. And I did that with all 3 of my kids, actually. So, but usually youngest was about 3 years old, and I've taught all the way up to 84 years old. And across the board, 20,000 plus performers over a 25-year career. Never did I once have somebody who didn't get on stage. Not one time did I have a performer that got too nervous or so overcome with their jitters that they did not go on stage. So you're talking to somebody who has a 100% closing rate, a 100% success rate on getting people to be able to be on stage. And there was even one time I held the curtain for about 15 minutes. The whole entire show started late because there was a little 5-year-old girl and everyone's like, she's not going to go. She's not going to go. And I was like, where is she? And it was like 2 minutes till the curtain. I was like, I am not starting this show until that little girl's going on stage. So it took me about 15 minutes to coax her. And then I actually went out on stage and I told the audience, the reason that we're starting late is because there's a little 5-year-old girl whose whole life is about to change because she's going to come on stage for the first time ever in her life and it'll change everything. Because I told you this from day one, that confidence comes through competence. Confidence comes from doing something. And that little girl, I made her a deal that if she just went out for the very first song, for the very first dance scene, she didn't have to do the whole rest of the show. But what do you think happened, you guys? She went out and she did the first one, and then she did the second one, and then she did the third one, because she realized it wasn't as scary as she thought it was. And the more she did it, the easier it became. And she didn't just do one show with me. She did a lot of shows with me. And that's what most people did. And so I am very confident when I tell you that you can do this, and that the more you do it, the more confident you're going to become, Natasha. Your confidence is going to grow. Will the nerves ever all go away? No. So remember how I told you on the first day, like, some of you came here because you want to learn how to like craft everything and you're so afraid you'll forget what you're going to say. And I said, well, why don't you just go ahead and accept that, like, it's a 100% guarantee you're at some point going to forget what you're going to say as a speaker. And if you know that's going to happen and you can prepare in advance, then it doesn't have to be scary anymore, because you know it's going to happen and you already prepare in advance how to deal with it. So I teach our speaker clients how to have like your catchphrase that you are going to use if you forget what you're going to say. If you forget what you're going to say, you're going to go, oh, hold on a second. I just feel like my brain just like flew out. Hold on. I'm going to reach back up, grab my brain, throw it back in there. And then I'm going to remember what I was going to say. It's probably the most important part of my entire speech. So you should make sure that you have a pen and you're ready to write it down. So if you have something prepared, it doesn't matter. Okay. I taught this week that the audience will only care that you forget if you care. And if you don't care and you keep pressing forward, it will not matter. And so if you know that you're going to forget at some point, then it's not this big weight over your shoulders. If you know that you're going to be nervous, then you don't have to be scared to be nervous, because there's a very small difference between excited and nervous and then fear taking over. And so if your throat's closing up and other things are happening, you've gone from excited to nervous now to fear. And if you guys didn't know, my ministry is called Fear into Faith, because that's what I love to do. I love to help people crush fear and shift boldly into faith so they can be an unstoppable force for God. And so I surveyed in those 20,000 people every single time somebody was afraid to go on stage. It didn't matter if they were a little 5-year-old or if they were a full-grown adult. I would say, well, what's going on? They're like, oh, I'm just nervous. I'm so scared. And I was like, okay, well, what does nervous feel like in your body? In fact, drop that in the chat. Drop that in the chat, you guys. What does nervous feel like in your body? Oh, there's my stuff. Okay, I've got my slides so I could tell y'all a little bit about me. I'm asking people to start their video because I don't see enough faces on here. Charisse, where's your face? Heart racing. Okay, awesome. So what does it feel like? What are the symptoms you feel like in your body? Your heart's racing when you're nervous. So sometimes heart beating out of my chest, blood rushing to my face. That's good. So when you're nervous, heart racing, Sometimes people's hands sweat. Sometimes you get shaky. Your heart gets really fast. Your heart feels like it's down in your stomach. And when I asked all these people, okay, but what does excitement feel like in your body? And they're like if you're going on a roller coaster and you're super excited, what does that feel like? And they're like, oh, well, like my heart starts going really fast. My hands get sweaty. I start to get a little jittery. My body's shaking. I start to sweat. My breathing gets shallow. Every single person across the board, it's pretty much the same stuff. And so on the very first day of this challenge, I taught you that your brain's a goal crushing machine designed to prove you right. And another part of that is that your brain has a front row seat to your mouth. It's got the VIP ticket to your mouth. And so if you're feeling super nervous, you have the opportunity to cancel that assignment against you, which is fear, because fear is from the enemy, right? You have an ability to go, whoa, I don't want to feel this way. And so I would recommend that you literally speak out loud and say, I am excited. My body wants to be nervous. My hands are sweaty. My heart's pounding. And I'm choosing to step into excitement because my message matters. And because it doesn't matter if my throat closes up, I'm not going to be stopped. If my hands are shaking, I'm not going to be stopped. If I sweat so much in this pink blazer, I have to take it off and say, guys, I'm sweating up a storm. Look at my armpit stains. But my message is so important. I don't care. I'm going to push through it anyway. There's so much power in your words. There's so much power in your words. Do I still get nervous? Yeah, sometimes. Sometimes I still get nervous. When I preach, and I know there's like an audience of a lot of pastors, sometimes I'm like, oh, in fact, I was on stage last weekend and I pointed to a gentleman in the audience. I said, I don't know anything about you, sir, sitting in the front, but I'm willing to bet you're a minister. You have you know the Bible really well. And in the past, you're the kind of person I would be so terrified to like speak in front of. You'd be the kind of person that I'm like, oh man, like I'm not worthy to be on this stage. Who am I to have a message for a pastor? I just addressed it literally on stage in front of everybody. And I said, however, I know that God's given me a unique perspective and life experiences. And so I'm going to just trust the Lord that he's put me on this stage and put this microphone in my hand. Oh, so you have a choice. You can feel excited or nervous, and you can tell your body which one it is. And you can step down out of fear. Because like I said, it's excitement, nervous, and it turns into fear. And just remember, some of the most incredible performers on stage on Broadway. I shared that my husband worked for NSYNC, and one of the members of NSYNC, super introvert, comes off stage quiet. There's people that perform on Broadway every day. And I've had tons of friends that were Broadway stars, tons. I grew up in LA, grew up with a lot of performers. In fact, my kids were laughing the other day over how many famous people I know. My daughter, I think it's called flexing. Is this a term? She's like, oh man, I could flex that so much at school. I'm like, okay. Sorry, squirrel moment. I'll just go there. I grew up with Adam Lambert. I did theater growing up with Adam Lambert, lots of theater for like years and years and years growing up with Adam Lambert. And I just showed them Adam Lambert on like American Idol and all this stuff and how he's a big rock star with Queen now, which is so crazy. Anyway, that was a squirrel moment. And so I've also had friends that are stage managers or directors of professional shows, and they all across the board, you guys, there are people that like performing is challenging for them. They are still like, with their nerves, but they make a decision that that's what they're called to do. And they want to do it and they love to do it. And so they just push past the nervousness. And so who cares? Like if you, Lauren, have to be the person that has a bucket backstage, because as soon as you get off stage, you're going to puke. And you know you can change someone's life with your message. Are you willing to pay that price? Are you willing to just do it? And it's okay. It's okay. I had Bethany on here a couple days ago for you guys. Bethany, who was born with her arm being deformed. Like that alone could stop her from standing on stage because she doesn't want to bring attention to that. And then she's partially deaf and partially blind. People have to lead her up on stage. And then she asked me when she came to speak at my event, she said, it's okay if I don't have my shoes on, right? I said, oh yeah, absolutely. She goes, yeah, because I want to be able to feel the ground with my feet. And she has every reason not to be a speaker. And she wasn't going to be anymore. And then I came into her life with a hammer and said, don't you dare Don't you dare be stopped by this. No, don't you dare. Oh, hold on one second. Tanya says, when we forget what to say, what do I need to say? Hold on. Let's just do that really quick. My husband is running tech for me right now. Beautiful husband of mine. Do you have my slides about me?
I thought I sent them over to you.
I do not have them. I just have my teaching slides. If you could send them again, that would be great. So let's do this right now. Let's do an unprepared exercise that I wasn't going to do with you. I want all of you guys to go ahead and write your line for when, not if, for when you forget what you're going to say. Now, I'm reminding you that they will only care if you care. You can totally tell them that you forgot what you're going to say. You can literally go, I don't know what has happened to you guys. I'm having a total brain fart moment. I have no clue what's next. I have no clue what's next. But let me tell you, usually when I have no clue what's next, God shows up and it's awesome. So it could be Holy Spirit's rerouting my speech right now. So just hang on for the ride. What I can promise you is that it's going to be really important. So just write right now. What are you going to say? What you're not going to say is, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Please forgive me, you guys. I don't know what happened. No, do not apologize. Do not make excuses. Boldly and confident go, whoa, I have no idea the next part of my speech. You know, what's crazy is I practiced this like 100 times and I literally don't remember right now. But here's what I know. I know my message is important. I know what I came here to teach you is important. And I know that if it doesn't come out perfect, you can still get a lot out of it. So thank you for your patience while I'm remembering the next part. You guys, really only about 3 to 5 seconds is all the amount of time that you need to remember. You will remember again. You will. And so if you just have a couple of lines, in fact, drop it in the chat. If you've written, write it down. I've actually never had anyone do this before. Write it down, except my high-end clients, but write it down. What are you going to say? Can I just tell you why you guys are doing that? The first time I put clients on stage, I had 3 clients, and this one, she was super introvert and she was attached to her notes. And I even called her out on it because one time she did a video of her speech and she had her notes carefully placed like around her computer and stuff. And she thought I wouldn't notice. And I said, you're using your notes, huh? And she's like, yeah. I go burn your notes right now. You know your speech and your notes are getting in your way. Your notes are causing you to phrase things not normal for you. And I knew her for years. So then we get in person and I worked with them in person the day before they were going on stage. And the first time on stage was in front of a couple hundred women. It wasn't like 20 people. This is a big audience. And so she had her notes again. And I literally grabbed them out of her hand. I threw them. I was like, you are not having notes. Don't you dare. Because they had become a crutch. A lot of people, your notes become a crutch. And we had worked on this material for 6 months. She knew it. So you know what she did? She got up on stage. She played a joke on me. She literally addressed it. She's like, and I've been afraid that I was going to forget what I'm going to say. And Summer's not going to let me use notes, but it's okay because I got them right here in my pocket anyway. And she was like playing a joke that she was going to have her notes. And I was getting ready because I told her, I said, if you bring notes on stage, I will get out of my chair. I will walk on stage in front of hundreds of people and I will rip them out of your hand. So when she did that, I was like, no way. And she's like, just kidding. I don't need them. And you guys, she owned the stage. Her greatest desire as a speaker, she said, was to make an audience laugh because she never thought she was funny. So we worked in humor into her speech and she was hilarious. And she was comfortable enough her first time to even make a joke about having her notes in her pocket in case she needed them. And so people will go wherever you lead them. So if you lead them with humor, there is nothing that can go wrong if you just confidently stand on stage without making an excuse for it and without apologizing and just boldly going, man, there is nothing in my brain right now. Have you ever had that happen? Try having it happen in front of like 200 people. It's pretty funny. The good news is it doesn't knock my confidence down and I'm totally okay with it. So if you guys want to just pause with me for a second, I promise the next thing coming out of my mouth is going to be brilliant. That's all the time you need. I have not ever worked with a speaker that forgot what they were going to say and then did that technique and couldn't get back into it. It's never once happened. So that's another reason I'm really confident, Lauren, is because I've never had anybody do that and go, I'm going to remember it. I promise. I still don't remember it, but I'm going to. Nope, I still don't. Sorry, guys, I got nothing. Whole speech is gone. It's never happened. Not one single time as a person, not been able to just reroute. Did they skip a line or two? Yeah. In fact, Chad, who won our contest, I've got to get his video and put his video up for you guys. He forgot his speech in the middle and he won. Do you want to know why? Because he had 5 judges that had never seen his speech. Everybody else in the audience, myself included, that was the 3rd time because you do the first round, second round, and finals. And he beat out Bethany. And I think he won because when he forgot, he stayed in it. And he was in a very emotional part of his speech about how he had almost killed himself on a drug overdose. And instead of going like, oh my gosh, I forgot. And I'm over there writing notes. I go, oh no, he forgot his speech. He's going to throw the whole thing away right now. And I was like, no, Chad, stay in it. It's so good. And he's crying. And he's like, because we have to, because it matters, because people are dying and we just have to. And I need you to hear me. And then he got back into his speech. And it was just like, it was so raw. And none of the judges had a clue. Because I talked to him later. I said, do you guys know he actually totally forgot his speech in the middle? And they're like, what? So that's what I'm saying is if you just stay in it and if you know your content, if you know what your message is. When I work with speakers, I always tell them, it doesn't matter if it's a 5-minute speech or a 3-minute for a contest or it's a 60-minute keynote. You need to know what your one message is. Every speech should be boiled down to one sentence, one message, one line that you want the audience to remember. When I teach about death and life and the power of the tongue, which I just was reminding you guys, when I teach about your brain being a goal crushing machine, my one through line is change your mouth, change your life. And if I know that, then it doesn't matter if I forget anything because I'm like, well, what speech am I doing? I'm talking to people about changing their mouth, changing their life. So I know where I'm going. I know what I want them to learn. And if a whole new speech has to come out of my mouth, as long as I know what that one theme is, as long as I know what that one anchored point is, I'm going to knock it out of the park. So will you. If you know that one thing. Now, we structured everything. We structured how to create your transformational speech and all those different things. It's good. You go in with a plan. And then if the plan doesn't work, you're not phased. Because that one message is so important. You guys, I believe with everything inside of me, if I go to a business conference, if I could just teach people to change their mouth, they will change their life. Any business thing you learn from anyone, you can erase the whole thing with your words in a minute. So I know how important it is. All right, let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. We've got, oh my gosh, I just blanked. Usually this is a Holy Spirit rerouting moment. So I'm just going to trust him. I'm going to know he has to say, what he has to say will probably be so much better than anything I was about to come out with. Great. Brilliant. Oh, I have no idea what I'm going to say next, but I know my message is important. Yeah, I would say maybe one more sentence. And by then you're totally going to remember it. I also challenge you guys, if you're funny at all, that's a great time to be funny. If I forget something, my goal is usually to make people laugh. If I forget, I'm like, oh my gosh, guess what? I'm human. I have no idea what I'm going to say. This is crazy. Well, actually, in case you guys didn't know, I teach people to be speakers. So I'm just showing you that it's totally okay for you to forget your message on stage. And sometimes, you guys, I've even looked at an audience member and said, sir in the blue, you've been paying attention and writing a lot of notes. Any chance you actually know what the next part of my speech is? Could you give it to me? And they all laugh. And I was like, guy in the blue doesn't have it. Okay, that's okay. I've got it. I remember it now. Sir, you get me next time. Like, just keep going. People are very attracted to confidence. Write that down. Confidence is the #1 most attractive skill. I mean, it could just be me. I literally married my husband because he was the most confident man I ever met. I met him when we were 18. He didn't look me in the eyes and all but say, you know you want me. But every word out of his mouth came back to, you know you want me.
Reaction.
And it was just like, Yes, yes, I do. Because he was so confident and cocky and annoying, that arrogant little 18-year-old. He's right here staring at me. Confidence is the most attractive quality. It is. It is in a spouse. It is in a business partner. It is in a friendship. It's extremely attractive quality. So as you progress in your confidence as a speaker, which comes from what? Competence, you will become a more dynamic and a more attractive speaker. You'll get booked on more places. You'll get more confident. It's this amazing, incredible cycle. Yeah. Drop any questions you have in the chat. Good stuff. Okay. I totally squirreled because I didn't have any of my slides about me. I have found them. And I know there's some people that are watching for the first time today. So I'm just going to breathe through some slides really quick, just share a little tiny bit about me. Just give me a couple minutes to do that so you know who you're hanging out with today. My husband said, "Can we time you?" No, do not time me. Hi, Wendy. I'm glad you made it. Hi, Tirza. All right. Summer slideshow. Give me a thumbs up if you can see a dark black screen. Can you see this? So just one of the things to know about me is in 2020, actually 2019, God told me when I was at church one day that he wanted us to sell everything, pick up your mat and walk, move into an RV full-time. Put RV in the chat if you've ever wanted to do that. Have you ever wanted to just live full-time in an RV, travel around the country? We did that and it was crazy. May of 2019. And the only reason I'm telling you this, because our advanced speakers know that you don't share dates because they can confuse people. I'm sharing it because what happened the following year was COVID. Y'all remember that? It's 5 years ago. Where did 5 years go? That's weird. I tell you that because when COVID hit, we had no income. My husband lost his job. We didn't know how we were going to travel. We didn't anything. And we continued to leave the how to God. Write that down. Leave the how to God. God told me to sell everything. He told me we were going to have no roots, no time frame, no destination. I thought I was just going to homeschool my kids in an RV for like 3 months. So I had no clue what God was going to do. These are my girls. They're so much bigger now. Oh my gosh, they're so much more grown up. But they were, how old were they? 11, 7, and 4 when we left. These are all the states we went to, 31 states. Drop your state in the chat if we went to your state. It was a crazy and wild ride, and we did not know how long we were going to be gone. But after 3 years, we ended up traveling through Fort Worth, Texas, and I felt like the Holy Spirit was saying that we needed to be here. I just felt called here. Oh, those are my 3 girls. Super cuties. That's my husband. He's a little crazy. We like to be silly in life. And I just have to brag about him because that middle picture is us backstage at a TV show you may have heard of. It's a little famous called Dancing with the Stars. Before COVID, my husband was the head of the lighting of Dancing with the Stars. Just the year before that, he had taken us all to China because he was head of the lighting over in China for China's TV show, The Voice. That's my mom. She dated Chuck Norris. I throw that in there because it makes me look cool. I'm a 6-time now international best-selling author. On my journey of following the Lord, I became an accidental best-selling author because this first one on the left, Fear into Faith Women's Journal, we produced because we realized there was not a single Bible study journal in all of Amazon that went cover to cover. So part of my journey was becoming an author. Oh, I skipped a really important part. I told you that the Lord told me to move into an RV. What I didn't tell you was in April of 2020, right when COVID hit, I finished reading the Bible cover to cover. Like I was in Revelation when COVID hit. I thought that was really crazy. It had taken me 2 years and God said, "Good job, do it again." And I was like, "No way, Jose. That is a very large book. That's a bucket list goal. Like everyone once in their life should read the Bible. I've done it. Check." And he said, "No, your goal was a year and it took 2. So do it again and hit your goal." And I dragged my feet. Just put feet in the chat if God ever wanted you to do something and you dragged your feet and you didn't do it and you fought against him. That was me. I fought against him until like June, end of June. So for 2.5 months, I fought against the Lord. And I finally thought I was so clever. I'll do a Facebook Live. I'll find 5 friends to read the Bible with me, hold me accountable. And the joke was on me because I had 20 women say yes right away. And then they started sharing it with their friends. Who shared it with their friends, who shared with their friends. 2.5 weeks later, we had 6,700 women in a Facebook group to read the Bible with me. Oh, and I was freaking out, having a Moses moment, telling the Lord how unworthy I was to lead this and all the reasons I wasn't qualified. Well, he always knows better than us, right? So that's how I became an accidental best-selling author, is because I was trying to lead the women through the Bible, and we bought this book to help us. And the book jumped to Matthew, and then the book jumped all around the Bible. It didn't go in order. And the Lord said to do it cover to cover. So that was year 1. We came out with the one for men for year 2. We came out with the next one for year 3. We came out with the next one for year 4. Last year, we started year 5, and we came out with a brand new Spanish journal. So we've done a journal every year for 5 years. Crazy, wild ride we've been on. Before that, I told you I lived in Los Angeles, California, and directed musical theater there, put over 20,000 performers on stage. You can drop in the chat if you recognize any of the shows that I directed. That's just a little bit to tell you what qualifies me to be a speaker coach. I really believe I'm honestly one of the most qualified and trained speaker coaches on the planet, because most speaker coaches didn't work with 20,000 different people. And the cool thing is that I didn't know if teaching acting or teaching someone to be a speaker, if those skills would translate. And so when I beta tested with those 3 ladies we just talked about, I found out they do. Because I could teach someone to play, Belle in Beauty and the Beast or the Beast, or I could teach Tanya to play Tanya on stage. And honestly, it has been 1,000 times more rewarding to help my clients like Chad to write their own content and be themselves. Because when we do a show and people come up like, oh, Belle, you were amazing, that's so awesome. But if somebody comes up to Chad, it's Chad's story that's changed their life. It's so profound. Like, people all the time, like, you need to go back to directing. I'm like, no, because I want to teach Lauren to be the best, most confident, bold version of Lauren on stage to change lives. So, and then they had a thing called the Great American Speak Off with Grant Cardone, Pat Quinn, Pete Vargas. It was crazy. They had over 70,000 people audition. Golden ticket winners got to come and compete in semifinals. I got a golden ticket. There was 150 of us. From 150, we went down to 30. And then this happened. I ended up in the top 12. That's me in the middle. So I was in the top 12 of this speaking competition that was all over the country out of 70,000 people, which is one of the reasons I decided to actually start coaching people as a speaker. I was like, I think I just might be as good as I think I am. So I missed going to the finals by one person. This is me and Les Brown. I don't know if you have an idol. If you do, well, not the kind of idol. We're not supposed to have idols, right, in the Bible, but do you have a mentor? Do you have somebody that you look up to? So for 19 years, I looked up to Les Brown. Before I ever knew I was going to be a speaker, I looked up to Les Brown because I saw him speak. It's about 21 years ago now that I saw Les Brown speak in person, and he just rocked my socks. He was the greatest speaker I ever saw. And one of the things that he teaches, and please write this down if you haven't, or write it down again, is it's better to be prepared for an opportunity that never comes than to have an opportunity and not be prepared. And for a year and a half, 2 years, 2 years leading up to this moment, I had been prepared. I had been preparing myself. In fact, I actually took a group program of his where I was on group calls with tons of people for like 7 months. I was preparing. I never in a million years thought this would happen. I spoke right before Les Brown at a virtual conference, and that's the host. His name's Manny. He cut me off because my time was up. And he said, we got to get Les Brown's coming to the stage. He's going to get the audience hungry. And then Les Brown showed his face and interrupted him and was like, Manny, give her my time. This girl's on fire. Give her my time. And I'm going to show you that video today. It was unreal. And so I want you guys to be prepared for the opportunities he's coming. This is not for me to have an ego and brag. This is to show you guys that I had a dream and I had a vision and I worked for it and I was prepared for it. Did I ever think in a million years that my preparation would lead me to having Les Brown hand me a microphone? No. But we serve a good God who gives us more than we could ever dream or imagine. I want you to be prepared for the opportunity that maybe you're in one of my conferences and Summer Day hands you a microphone. I want you to be prepared for that moment when God wants to use your opportunity. So I'm so proud of you guys for being here. Those of you that are showing up and you're watching, whether it's live or the replay, We had like almost 1,000 people register for this. Are they here? They're not. Most people have dreams, they have visions, they have intentions, and then something stops them. You guys are the ones that will be unstoppable. It's why you're here. And so laser into this, take this seriously. Like, think about a day, a year from now, if somebody like Les Brown handed you an opportunity to speak, are you going to be prepared? You being here is your first step to being prepared. And I'm going to give you a couple more steps to being prepared, but it's time for you to laser into this. I always love asking this question, like, how long have you known you were supposed to be a speaker? We had people who said 5, 10, one lady said 30 years. She's been sitting on this vision of speaking for 30 years. You can't sit on your dream anymore. It's time for you to be prepared. We launched a TV show. That's another crazy thing that happened, was we turned our Bible challenge into a TV show that's been viewed like all over the world, and absolutely unreal. Never in a million years did I dream I would lead a Bible movement, have Bible study journal. I have 5 Bible study journals. What? Never would I have thought that. And if you told me you're going to grow up and produce a Bible TV show, I never would have thought that. But let me share something I didn't share yet. Do you guys know that when I was about 12, I wanted to have my own TV show? When I was 16, I was trying to figure out how to produce a TV show. I wanted to call it Teen Talk. And you know what's crazy? They ended up coming out with a local TV show in my area called Teen Talk. I swear, I was like, they tapped into my living room because my friends knew that, like, I was like, we got to start a show. We should call it Teen Talk and we should this. I had forgotten for decades about that dream. And when we started this Bible TV show, we were trying to figure out how could we have somebody read the first 4 chapters of Genesis, which should be, it's about 10 to 15 minutes a day for you to read the whole Bible in a year, 6 days a week. But 15 minutes isn't a full TV show. And to buy airtime, it's got to fit in a 28-minute window. It's 30, but you have a minute for commercials, a minute for commercials. So how am I going to do 28 minutes? And the TV producers were like, well, we'll just have one person come. They read Genesis till the timer hits. And I was like, that's not going to work. No, that's not what we're going to do. And then God gave me a vision. And he said, anyone who comes and reads it, then interview them. Interview them as a 30-minute interview. And then what you can do is you can pepper in whatever amount of the interview you need. If someone reads Genesis and it takes 14 minutes, then you grab the first 14 minutes of their interview. So I didn't realize until about the 50th interview, and I did 127 interviews, that I was living out a dream that I had forgotten. I'm getting emotional right now thinking about it. I had forgotten that I had always wanted to have a TV show where I interviewed people. I had always admired Oprah, and then Rosie O'Donnell had a show, and then I love Ellen. Some people don't like her, but she's a giant spaz like me. The first time I saw Ellen dances with her audience and then dances across a table, I was like, oh my gosh, I want to kill it. And then we got to have a couple of my recordings. We had a studio audience. And I got to film in front of a studio audience, my own TV show. It was the most unreal experience. And so I just want to breathe life on your dreams right now, my friend. Think for a minute. Is there a dream you've forgotten? Drop TV show in the chat. Like, if you want to have a TV show, what's your dream right now? Let's dream for a second. Because I had forgotten. Do you guys know I also had forgotten? When I was 14 years old, I was actually in the Miss California teen pageant. Kind of my mom wanted me to do it. I was a super tomboy. I didn't like dresses. I didn't like makeup. But they asked you what you wanted to be when you grew up. And I wanted to be a mom and I wanted to model. And I had forgotten that one too. I didn't remember wanting to be a model at all. And a couple of years ago, I got to do this photo shoot where I got to be a model. If you guys have ever seen me in my hot pink onesie jumper, my friend created those and she invited myself and she wanted a younger model, my daughter. So we got to fly to another state and we got to be models for a day and get hair and makeup and all this kind of stuff. It was so unreal. And so you all have dreams that you've given up on. And I want to breathe into those dreams. So I love this quote. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It's our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talent, and fabulous? And actually, who are you not to be? You're a child of God and your playing small doesn't serve the world. Drop that in the chat. My playing small doesn't serve the world. So that's a little bit about me. And let me see what you guys are saying in the chat here. Oh, my chat went away. Come back, chat. Hold on. I love it. Lauren listens to Les Brown, Steve Harvey, Jim Rohn. No, Jim Rohn's not. Wait, is it Jim Rohn that we had as one of our judges? No, that's the other Jim, who's really good friends with Jim Rohn. Did Jim Rohn pass away? Is he the one that passed away? I'm not getting my speakers right. I playing small doesn't serve the world. What are you guys' dreams? Drop dreams in the chat that maybe you've forgotten. And let me get back to my notes really quick here. Notes, come back. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to move this one over here. Come on. Trying to move my slides over. Go. There it goes. I'm not as techy as my husband is. And I can still do a lot of things. There's my notes. Awesome. Marcel, if you can grab me that Les Brown video. We didn't get to show it the other day. All right. So I believe, and if you haven't figured that out yet, that like everybody can be a speaker. I really do. I believe that speaking is just a matter of skills. And if you have the ability to open your mouth and talk, you can learn to be a speaker. Just like if you have arms and fingers, you can learn to play the piano. You can learn to bake lasagna. It's really just a matter of, are you willing to put in the time, the energy, and effort? Just like, you know, just almost anyone on the planet can have sexy arms and grow muscles. It's just a matter of, are you going to put in the reps? Are you going to lift the weights? It takes time, energy, effort, and practice to become a speaker. And I don't know about the rest of you all, I've discovered that most people are lazy. Like, it's really disheartening how most people are lazy when it comes to their dreams. They are not willing to put in the time, energy, and effort. You know, I brought up my friend Adam Lambert, who's the lead singer of Queen now. He put in the time, energy, and effort since he was like 10 years old is when I met him. I met him in one of his, actually, I think it was his very first show. Yeah. He played Tom Sawyer in a production of Big River, which is about Huckleberry Finn. He put in the reps. He didn't expect anything to be handed to him. He worked and worked and worked on his dream and pursued it and never gave up. Even when things didn't seem to be working out really well for him, he didn't give up. I had another friend, same thing, didn't give up on his dream, went to Broadway. He was there for 6 years, not getting anything. He was so talented. When he was 12 years old, he played Peter Pan. This is another kid named Tony. And after 6 years, he told me he was ready. He was ready to just give up on his dream. That's all he ever wanted, was to be in a Broadway show. And then they had the very first auditions for the first production of Mary Poppins. And my friend got in as a chimney sweep and understudy Bert. And then he got to play Bert. And he was this close to giving up on that lifelong childhood dream. And he got to play one of the most iconic, amazing roles in the world that he had always loved. That show. Never did any of us know they would turn it into a Broadway production. And he got to live out his dream. Some of you, sometimes you're just one step away. But if you stick with it, every dream that you've had as a speaker, you can get there if you just don't give up. And so most people are stopped and they don't become a speaker because usually it's fear, lack of confidence. And we already told you, you can crush fear and you can grow in your confidence. And then they don't know how. They don't know how to structure a talk. And so that's just a system. And we worked on that on day 3. We worked on the full system. I probably won't have time to redo it for you guys today, but we worked on the transformational speaker blueprint. And if you, in high school, you know, you had to write an essay in high school. So you can learn to write out that speech. Take skill and practice. Maybe the first time you do the speech, it's not very good. That's okay. Hold on 1 second. Sorry, I didn't understand something that was going on with my computer and my tech. And so we can teach you. We could teach you how to structure a speech. It's just a matter of learning. And then the next one is they don't know where. They don't know where they can speak. They don't know how to get on stages. And we had not just one, but 2 guest speakers this week in our VIP that that's what they do. They help people do that. We had Angel who broke down how easy it is to get booked on podcasts and how to find those podcasts in the system to get yourself booked. And then we had William come. Man, they dropped some huge nuggets, right? William was talking about how to get a hold of HR people and the process there for getting booked on gigs and how to start and where to start. And so it's just a matter of skills, and learning those. The biggest thing is to find someone who has what you want and then learn from them. That's all I do. You know, I wanted to learn from Les Brown. Second I heard he had speaker training, I was like, yes, I'm going. I always find the next mentor in my life that has what I want and learn from them. And it's just a matter of learning those skills. So I love surveying you guys, asking you what's the number one thing holding you back from becoming a speaker when you're jumping into the group. And it's like so much of the time it's confidence, or it's I'm going to forget what I'm going to say, or you know, I think there might be a better way of saying what I want to say. How do I do that? Or I don't know how to structure a talk so it flows. And there's answers to all of that. We've been working on that all week. All right, let me show you some of my slides really quick here. Okay, my husband just sent me over the video. We'll do that in a little bit.
Oh,
Thank you, honey. You go back to my slides. Where did those go? They're over here. All right, I'm going to share you what I call the 5 rules of speaking. 1 second. Five rules of speaking. All right, so rule number 1 in speaking, and these are just Summer Days rules. They're not, you know, in the grand poobah book of Speaker's Guide 101. These are my rules. I think my rules are the best rules. I'm a little biased though. Rule number 1 is don't be boring. Rule number 1 is don't be boring. In fact, just write do not be boring in the chat if you don't like boring speakers. Like, preach it to the world for me right now. Put do not be boring in the chat if you're like, yes, please. I'm done listening to boring speakers. I feel like if you guys just start there and you make a decision that you're going to be enthusiastic, you're going to be confident and enthusiastic, because enthusiasm enrolls. People are drawn to confidence and enthusiasm. We just talked about that. We're drawn to this guy jumping up and down, all being like, and so you want to be the enthusiastic version of yourself. All right. You never want to impersonate anybody else, but you do want to be yourself and turn your dials up a little bit. All of my clients, when they first start getting on stages, they always come back and they're like, man, you never tell us how much energy it takes to do this. Somebody was like, I just did my first keynote and I was panting like it was a lot. Yes. Speaking is a full contact sport. Sharice and I were talking yesterday about just drinking water. You guys, I drink so much water in the morning when I'm going to speak, even if it's just 30 minutes or an hour. And when it's, yeah, we'll all drink together right now, Lauren. Water break. When I'm going to run a 3-day event, I'm like a fish. I am drinking so much water. And Wanda, you've been at my events. I mean, they're a lot. I go all day, every day for 3 days. Sometimes we do trainings the day before. My team, like, they know part of their job is to follow me and give me water. I have people in my life whose job at my event is, you haven't had enough water. I tell them, literally put water in my face, because I will get really dehydrated. You will be shocked at how much energy is pumping through your body when you're speaking. So, little tip from today, because of what Sharice and I talked about yesterday, is you want to drink a lot of water. A lot of water before speaking. It also just helps your vocal cords, and you want to do it hours before. Hours before. If you're speaking at night, drink a lot of water all day. If you try to drink a lot of water just the hour before, that's not so good. I wake up at about 6 o'clock in the morning when our events start at 9. And that first hour from 6 to 7, I'm trying to drink a lot of water. So your persona matters. Don't miss opportunities. Show up everywhere. Show up everywhere. All of you guys right now on this Zoom, you guys are on a stage. You could have potential ideal clients in this very room. So how you show up everywhere matters. You want to be a speaker? We did dream casting earlier this week. We talked about like, where do you want to be as a speaker in 5 years? In 5 years, what kind of stages do you want to get on? What kind of impact do you want to have? How many books do you want to have? How much money do you want to be making? And to make decisions from that place right now, like walk, talk, and act right now where you want to be 5 years from now. This is my super duper famous pink blazer that I have. It's the greatest pink blazer on the world. I can't find it anymore. They don't sell it anywhere. I've tried. I've looked for this thing 100 times on eBay because I want to have a backup in case I ever rip it or tear it. I will cry. It's my favorite piece of clothing I ever owned ever. I bought it before my speaking career took off because I saw a lady standing on stage in a hot pink blazer. And I thought, well, if I'm ever going to speak on stage, I should probably make a bold statement. And then a little while later, I saw it in the window at a boutique with my husband. And can I just tell you guys, the price tag on it was like 3 times that of which I would ever have spent. And I almost didn't buy it. My husband was the one who convinced me to. I tried it on. He's like, it looks so good on you. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't buy this. This is too much money. He's like, you got to get it. You got to get it. And I didn't feel worthy of it yet. I didn't have a big stage lined up or anything to speak on it with. And it was a really pivotal moment for me, helping me to become what I wanted and what I saw for myself. And so that doesn't mean you have to go out and buy a pink blazer. It's something else for you. But how you show up matters. I feel differently when I show up with hot pink earrings and this blazer compared to where I'm jeans and a t-shirt. You guys, most of my life I've been jeans and a t-shirt girl, hair in a ponytail. But if I take a stage like this, it's very different than when I used to take a stage in jeans and a t-shirt. It's just different. I show up different and the world responds different. So from this point on, when you are speaking, who are you showing up as? And then every video that you do matters. You want to show up with confidence and power. I teach you guys to go Facebook Live in the group before ever going Facebook Live on your own page, because there's that saying, you never get a second chance to make a first impression. So what kind of first impressions are you making when you do videos, when you show up? And then I put this on here. No more us, ums, can you hear me now, I'm sorries. Now I'm not talking about when you're in the middle of a speech and you say, okay, point number 2 is that's okay. Some people are so afraid. Oh, I'm afraid I'm going to say, who cares? Most people do not actually say, or too many times. Some people do, and it's rare. The ums and uhs and I'm sorry's and can you hear me I'm talking about when you get a chance to speak. Maybe you're in a group setting. There's 20 people sitting in a circle and everyone's get a chance to speak. And then it's your turn. And you're like, yeah, I'm so sorry. I really don't know what I want to share today. Don't do that anymore. If I were to call on you right now and say, hey, Coach Wanda, will you share? I know Coach Wanda is going to show up bold because I know her. But often I call on people on a Zoom and the first words out of their mouth is, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize you were going to call me. Oh, do you want me to read this? Stop doing that. Make a decision you're going to show up confidently and that your voice matters. If I call on you or somebody else calls on you, stand in your power and your strength and your confidence and read what's on your paper, or just say, yeah, I'm happy to share. Show up powerfully, even if under the desk, your knees are knocking and you are like, oh, I can't believe they called on me. That's okay. Show up confident. Do it anyway. Do the hard things. Do the hard things. That's a good one. Do the hard things in the chat. Number 2 is believe in yourself. And actually, it really should be number 1, but I just don't be boring so much. But honestly, believing in yourself is the most important thing. You have to believe in yourself and you have to believe in your message. It's so important that you believe in yourself and you believe in your message. Because the most important thing in speaking is that they believe that you believe it. See, my job is not necessarily to convince you that you have to be a speaker. My job is to convince you that I believe with every fiber in my being that you can become a speaker. The most important thing is that you believe me, that I believe in you. And so no matter what your message is, Lauren, or your message is, Tanya, your job is to get them to believe that you believe it. Anything that you believe about relationships, Tanya, it's your job to get people to believe that you believe it. It takes a lot of pressure off when you think about evangelizing or talking to people about Jesus. You don't have to get people to believe in Jesus. Just get them to believe that you do. My only job is not to get people to believe in miracles, but my job is to share everywhere my miracle story of how I was healed of seizures. I was healed of epilepsy in an instant at an event. 2 years ago now, Marcelo, or 3? I think it's coming up on 3 years now. Healed instantly at an event. You don't have to believe that Jesus heals, but I'm sure going to convince you I was healed in a moment, that I had not one but 2 doctors diagnose me. I have a letter that I had to have an exception letter for COVID because if I put on masks, I would have seizures. So I had to walk around with a darn letter because people at Kohl's freaked out. I was like, I just want to return this and run away. I promise. And I was healed. I don't have it anymore. And so that's my job. It's just to share my story and just make you believe that I believe with every ounce of my being. I had seizures and I don't have them anymore. It's amazing. And so that takes the pressure off. It's easy. Convince people you believe the things that you believe. Ta-da! Don't try to get them to agree with you. You don't have to. In fact, in advanced training, I'll teach you the speaker technique of try to convince them not to agree with you. It's the best thing ever. There's certain personality types. If you take things off the table and you're like, I don't want you to believe me, they're like, well, then I do. I'm that kind of personality. So, you know, the ones that like want to break all the rules and you're not the boss of me. Don't tell me I can't do something. I'm going to do it anyway. You tell those people from a stage, oh, no, you don't. Please don't believe me. They're going to do it. So you have to be to do. And this is what we're talking about. Who do you want to be 5 years from now? What kind of speaker do you want? You want to reverse engineer this. You want to start with, who do you want to be? I want to be a $1 million speaker who stands on stage in a hot pink blazer. Well, better go get myself a hot pink blazer. If you want to be an author and you actually like, you write a lot, go buy a really amazing pen. Like, this is my author pen. When I write with this author pen, magical things happen. You don't have to spend a lot of money. You could spend $2 on a pen, but for you, it's a mental thing. It's you going, this is the author pen. This is the pen that's going to pen a bestseller. I have something that you do as a statement for what you want to be so that you can go do those big things. All right, don't be a clone. Don't be a clone. Be you. Don't be like anyone else. Be the best, most confident, bold version of you. Don't try to be like Summer Day. Don't try to be like Les Brown. Unless you're trying to be silly and you're like, you got to be hungry. Then you can try to be like Les Brown. And then get serious about your dream. I feel like I've hit this one really hard today. I love y'all. If we were in person, I'd just shake you, Lauren, and go, you just have to. It's like, please, I believe in you so much. You just have to get serious about your dream. And to get serious about your dream, you got to create a speaking business. All right? I want you guys to drop in the chat. Like, I'm very driven by money. Can I just talk for a second to the people driven by money and let you know it's totally okay if you're driven by money? I'm sorry if the church has made you feel like that's a bad quality. Shame on the church. The Bible is full of scriptures about money. It's about wisdom and money, but they use one scripture. The love of money is the root of all evil. And they take out the love of, and they just say, money is the root of all evil. Money is not the root of all evil. Money is the tool that the Lord uses to make the world go round. And newsflash, money is power. If I have $1 million, oh my gosh, I could build at least 2 houses for trafficking survivors, which is a huge dream of mine. I want to build or contribute or be a part of a place for trafficking survivors in all 50 states. That's going to take a lot of money. And so if you've been driven for money, can I just tell you, lean into that. Trust that God put that desire in your heart, not the enemy. He's had certain people here to be movers and shakers that are driven by money. Because I can tell all of you right now, you're not here going, yeah, I want to make $1 million so I can buy that Lamborghini. You guys are like, I want $1 million so I can go travel to Uganda and I could build orphanages and I could dig wells and I want to pay off somebody's college debt. Like, seriously, I bet all of you guys have the most incredible visions of things that you want to do in this business. And so get serious about your dream and turn it into a speaker business that pays you money. So you can go do kingdom projects, because it takes kingdom funds to do kingdom projects. We've raised hundreds of thousands of dollars for trafficking survivors. So proud of that. It takes kingdom funds. What could you do with kingdom funds? If you've been somebody that has made people feel bad for wanting and desiring to make millions, you go ask the Lord to forgive you on that. Because I believe that he puts that desire in people's hearts. So those are the movers and shakers that can move things around. So drop in the chat. How much money do you want to make in the next 5 years as a speaker? The last 2 years, we've been scaling our business to be a 7-figure-a-year business. Got super close to hitting it in a year. We did it in 2. I have huge desires to make millions of dollars so I can do big, powerful, crazy things. So I can travel to India on a dime. I just got invited to go preach in India. Let's go. I never want to be like, oh gosh, I don't know. Are they going to pay me to go? Are they paying for my flight? I'm not sure. I got to figure out all the details. Don't know if I'm going to be able to pull that off. I love it. Natasha's 5 million in 5 years. Love it. I think I'm going to make that my goal. I like that one. My dream is not only to provide for my family, but to provide for others. Yeah, most people, if they won the lottery, like one of the first things they think about is someone else. I want to retire my parents. I want to pay off their house. I want to retire my husband and get him out of a job he hates. Most people think about somebody else first. I want to make $500,000 this year from speaking. Awesome. Awesome. My dream. Yeah, this is good stuff, you guys. I love it. And so my friend Danella, who runs a 7-figure business and helps speakers, she says, speaking without a strategy is just talk, and talk is cheap. Just like any other business in the world, you've got to craft a good strategy on how to get that and how to make it happen. I want to take a minute and talk to you guys about what I believe is your next step. Because if you're here, even if you just saw my crazy blonde face at a Facebook ad, you're here because you have all that desire in your heart to become a speaker and to reach the masses with your message. In fact, drop in the chat now. How many people do you want to hear your message? How many people do you want to hear that? Tons. I want a real number. 1 billion. I love that number. 50,000. Amazing. Tanya, I think we could go way bigger than that. At least 50,000 people should just buy your book, right? And so it's time for you to get a strategy for your speaking business, to get a strategy. All right. And so your next step is to join us at our Master the Stage live event. And I'm going to show you what that is for those of you who don't know yet. And if you already know and you haven't bought your ticket yet, don't wait. Today is your last day to get your ticket and get bonuses and stuff that we're doing for this challenge. And so if you're serious, if you want to grow and learn, if I've given you any value at all, then hopefully I'm the one that you want to learn from. And you're like, okay, yes, I want everything that you have to teach. This beautiful lady sent an email in and she's like, just so many things about you. You're like everything that I want to be and where I want to go. My mentor always said, you find someone who has what you want and you go and you learn from them. And so today's the last day of the challenge, and I have so many more things I want to teach you. And I have so many more friends that I also want you to learn from. And so I want you to get their strategies and my strategies. If the hour or two that we've spent this morning is valuable for you, spend 3 days with us. And if you spend 3 days with us at Master the Stage, we are going to be able to pour into you at greater measure. The other reason I want you to jump on this is I'm pretty sure, like I'm 99% confident that I'm only doing one of these this year. And I'm not saying this as like a marketing ploy. This is not like a, bye, let's go tomorrow. No, I really think this is the only in-person event that I'm going to do for speakers. It's the only one on my calendar. God is really moving on some other things, like going to India, things in my ministry that are really important to me that I want to focus on this year. And so don't miss your opportunity to come to this virtually. And if you've ever wanted to stand on a stage with a microphone in your hand, I can confidently tell you, I am the absolute best coach for you. And you've got to get in person. Go check out airfare, make things happen, go have a garage sale, do whatever you have to do to get in person with me, because I'm the absolute best coach at teaching you the strategies for the stage. Some of you might just want to have a podcast. You might just want to be an author. You might just want to do virtual conferences. That's fine. You can fit in this little box and none of those other things matter. But if you want to stand on a stage, how you move your legs, how you twist your body, if you step forward or back, all of those things matter so much. Your body positioning can make or break the best speech in the world. And I have shown this time and time again with speakers that come. In fact, I just got hired to go do this workshop for a couple hundred people in California in a couple of weeks, because I'm so strategic at this. Because no other speaker coach on the planet that I know of can tell you they put 20,000 people on a stage. And I sat in the audience of thousands of performances. I literally would sit in the middle of the audience and I would listen to them and go over this one line an actor said, or I would listen to them not react. And I would go and fix it. And I would go and tweak it. And I would go and fix it. And I would go and tweak it. I've done that thousands of times for 25 years to over 20,000 people. I have an expertise in audience reaction. I have a doctorate degree like nobody else teaching speaking of how to master an audience, because that's all I studied for 25 years. So you got to come in person. If you want to grow in person with me, I'm going to teach you the two greatest techniques I teach. These are for my advanced clients: mastering the stage and mastering the audience. High level of skills. So you want to get in person with me, okay? And how do you get in person with me? Let me show you. So this is our 3-day events, June 5th through the 7th in Dallas, Texas, at this phenomenal TV studio. All right. And we're going to hang out for 3 days. Some of you guys met Jay Lauren in the VIP where he did his storytelling magic trick. He's going to be in person with us. So you're going to get not only coached by me, you're going to get coached by Jay Lauren as well. And last time I talked to Pat Quinn, he wants to come in person. So we'll see if he's going to make it in person with us. So whether it's a room of one or an audience of thousands, your words have power to move mountains. You know you're supposed to be a mouthpiece for the kingdom, but you don't know what to say. You know God is calling on your life to be a speaker, but you don't know where to start. You know that your story is the medicine for somebody else's heart, but how do you share it? You're feeling the call to inspire, transform lives, but struggle to captivate your audience and keep them engaged. You're not alone. So if you know you're called to be a speaker for the kingdom, whether it's an audience one or 20,000, this is your time to step in your calling. That's a little bit about me. I already shared about myself, a Les Brown quote. So master the stage. It's going to transform your relationships, your business, and your ministry, because the more confident you get as a speaker, all of the things in your life are affected. How do I know? Because I had a lady who still has never taken a stage, but her husband said their whole marriage changed. She's like a totally new person because of the level of confidence that she walks around with, which is really, really cool. And so becoming a high level sought after speaker, even if you've never spoken in public before. I've done this with lots of people. I've put them on stages for the very first time. We're going to help you craft and package your unique story into a message that will powerfully impact your audience, communicate more effectively, connect with your audience, compel them to take action, get clear on your messaging. Clarity is the most important thing. And I say that from the bottom of my heart because I feel like I just got some clarity this week. I told somebody the other day, I almost feel like I've been asleep for 4 months. And then God got me so clear, so clear. I want to get you that level of clarity on your messaging, your target audience, and how to get out of your head and into your heart. Learn how to monetize your message so you can sell from stage, make millions of dollars. I'm going to teach you the system of how people will make $1 million in a day. Now, I haven't done that, but I've done about 300,000 in a day. Anybody want that? And I have friends who've done $1 million in a day. I know the system and how it works. And so I'm going to teach you that system, that sales system of monetizing your message from a stage. I've closed over $1 million from the stage, just not all in one day. We're going to teach you new presentation skills and delivery techniques that will keep your audience engaged and wanting more. So the very best value is this far right column. That's VIP in person with me. Next best would be just come general admission. And next best would be premium virtual or virtual. In person with me, you are going to be able to be with me, network with people. We do a pre-event training workshop. You get exclusive VIP trainings. You get a swag box. Oh, I have that today to show you guys. Hold on, it's right here. Wait, I just realized I don't want to show you everything in here because then you're not as surprised. But you get this really cool box in the mail. This beautiful black bow.
Show them the confetti.
Show them the confetti. And then it's got this like little thing in it. And it's got confetti. I can tell you it's got snacks in here that people say are the best snacks in the world. It's got some swag. It has a journal for you to write all your notes during the training. They're amazing. So we send that to you in the mail. You get the recordings. Bonus night Wednesday, you get lunch. So we hang out, chat on lunch. You can ask me 1,000,001 questions during lunch. In-person access. You're also going to get professional headshots and stage shots. I don't know where it is for you, but in Los Angeles, California, headshots that are good, they start off at like $1,000 to $2,000 for a headshot package. Stage shots would be even more. And then video content. We're going to get you video content of you speaking at the event. And if you guys were there for the VIP, William tells you like you need video of you speaking. And if you don't have that at this TV studio, they have the highest quality cameras you can get, high quality lighting. So you're not just getting a video that somebody took on your iPhone. You're going to get the best quality video of you speaking. That's a little bit about Pat Quinn, Sean Harper. So what's included in the VIP ticket again is this right here. You get the VIP lunch. You get group coaching sessions prior to the event, in-person access to myself and the other trainers, VIP trainings with guest speakers. The headshots alone, you guys, are worth the cost of it. Professional video footage, makeup artist, all the things. So let me go down here. Workshop topics, how to craft your message so it can be easily shared, how your body language can make or break your speech, the importance of humor in your speech, stage skills to be an influential and confident speaker, how to monetize your message and get booked on stages, and tips to keep your audience engaged, and much more. So here's what I want you to look at. VIP in-person experience. I just want you guys to know, if you know anything about the coaching world, the speaking world, this is actually a dumb price. I paid $10,000 to go to a workshop that had about 60 people. In person with me, probably won't be that many. We only actually have 10 VIP spots. So you get intimate access to me. You get intimate opportunities for one-on-one coaching with me. You get all of the extra stuff. When I paid $10,000, you guys, I didn't get any pictures. I didn't get any video, and I didn't get any one-on-one stage coaching. It was all group. So this is crazy. And I tell you that because if you want those things, you need to jump on this, because I don't know when I'll offer this again. And there is nowhere. And if you find this, I dare you to prove me wrong. There is nowhere I know of for that kind of a price that you can get something like this. Nowhere do I know that. And I'm making it even better because I love to bless people during the challenge. Like, you're here, you've put in your time, you've shown that you're serious. So we're going to let you take $500 off the price if you pay in full. So if you pay in full, we're taking another $500 off, making it an even crazier price. And we've paired up with Affirm Afterpay. So like if you come down here to Affirm, you can even make payments on it. So you can come for less than $70 and come in person. It's crazy. It's crazy. If you don't qualify for any of those, we can help you do payments. You don't save the $500 though. So we could do 5 payments of $500 a month through us. So that's your absolute best deal. Come in person. I almost don't even want to offer virtual anymore because I just really want to work with people that are serious about moving forward. So that's that for you. Your next best step, if you cannot get in person, is to come virtual. Do not miss out on coming virtual. So right now, If you buy your $97 virtual ticket, and Marcel, can you drop the link both here and on Facebook? If you buy your virtual ticket, this is what we're doing to honor you being here at the challenge, because I really appreciate you coming. Like I said, there's hundreds of people that registered that didn't come. During my summit, we had thousands of people registered that don't come, and it drives me crazy. I'm like, but you want this in your life. You've got to do something about it. So do what it takes, borrow some money, tell somebody you're going to have a garage sale next weekend. Can I just borrow $97 right now? Just don't be stopped by this. When you do your virtual ticket today, and today's the last day to do this, I'm going to upgrade you to the premium. I'm going to give you all of these things and upgrade you for $200, but today's the last day. Okay. You'll get those extra VIP trainings. You'll get the event recordings. You'll get access to the event trainings. You'll get the swag box I just showed you. But most importantly, you'll get a guaranteed spot in the competition. Sometimes we have too many people registered and we can't facilitate everybody being in the competition. And so I have no idea how many people register for the event, but you'll have a guaranteed spot. And then on the back end of this challenge, I told you guys, I'm going to do extra workshops for you, where you'll be able to come and you'll be able to get training on your speech for the competition. So I don't know if we're going to do 2 minutes or 3 minutes. Let's say we're doing a 2-minute speech. We have guidelines, we have how to structure it. And because I'm not a judge, I'll be coaching people on helping them to knock it out of the park. So you guys have 4 months. You've got lots of time. Well, you'll be able to be prepared. And if you buy your ticket during this challenge, you get to go to those special extra workshops. So don't buy this on Monday, buy this now so that you can get upgraded and go to those workshops. If you have any questions about that, drop them in the chat. Any questions about Master the Stage? Not sure it's worth it. If you want to know more about me, we've got 5 videos on here that you can watch. Oh, there's a Les Brown one right here. I was looking for, I'll do the other one because it's a better one. And then there's over $50,000 of cash and prizes. So if you're motivated by prizes, I'm reminding you, the lady who won my very first contest had never even done a Facebook Live when she came to the challenge. She won the whole thing. So cash and prizes of over $50,000. So check all that out. Grab your Master the Stage ticket. Let me go back to my other notes. Any questions on that? Drop it in the chat. Drop it in the chat. Okay, I'm going to show you this Les Brown video because I didn't show it the other day, and I just want y'all to be inspired about being prepared and why you want to be prepared, because you just don't know when moments in your life are going to happen. So I'm proud of you for being here. You're here to get prepared. Give yourself a giant pat on the back. Here to be prepared. In fact, drop it in the chat. Say, I'm here to get prepared. I love it. So here's Les Brown. I showed you earlier in the week. He's the guy who spoke on that giant stage in front of 60,000 people. And he's going to come up here and he's going to give me his stage time, which is like so unreal to this day. Oops, let's have the sound on. Confidence and belief in yourself. Can you guys hear that? It sounds really quiet to me. You can hear it? Okay, I see you there, Lauren. As long as y'all can hear it. Oh, I know why. My sound is down. Let me try that again. So that's where we start with mastering your voice.
I love it. And I wish I could just keep you here all day. Les is waiting though, and he's like, "Hey, man, I need to get these people hungry for some greatness." So
Manny, give her some of my time. She is on fire. Give her some of my time, Manny.
I love it. He's listening. Okay, Les, I'll give her a couple more minutes because she is on fire, right? I mean,
please, yes, I'm enjoying it very much.
This might be the most honoring moment of my entire life. Mr. Les Brown says, give me time. Well, I'm going to see if you guys notice my voice went up a whole octave because I am so nervous. When it was done, I turned my video off and I was like shaking and my heart was going so fast. I was just like, so I was trying really hard not to talk really high pitched. I'm just going to quote you. Les Brown says that you have a responsibility to manifest the greatness inside of you. You have a responsibility to the world. You have a responsibility to the people that I see behind you that are your ripple effect. If you don't have belief in yourself, look behind you. Who are the people that will pay the price if you don't stand up and believe in yourself?
And if you don't have the belief, borrow mine. I promise you, betrayal or depression or whatever it is you went through, it's an open door opportunity to a better future. You just have to go through it. You have to go through it like your life depends on it and grab the opportunity on the other side, even if you have to do it blind. I was blind in my depression, but I knew there was something else. I believed in God, and I knew he wasn't going to leave me forsaken with the company stolen, that there had to be something better.
Yeah.
Did I do you okay, Les Brown, with your talk?
Yes, you did. Yes, you got the butter from the duck. Yes.
I love that. All right, so here's what I want you guys to do right now. We've set up a texting keyword for Summer. So if you guys.
So that was one of the greatest moments of my whole life. In fact, somebody asked me the other day, what's one of the greatest moments of your life you're proud of? I would have to say it was that. And then
all right, this is our.
When he comes back, I think Manny wanted him to talk about being a speaker, and he's like, no, I'm not going to talk about speaking. And he tells everybody to just join my program. And I had never met him. And the way he talks, my husband is crying right now watching this video. It was the most powerful moment. He even talks about me helping people shift out of fear and not be stoppable. And it was as if he knew exactly who I was. He knew my journey. And it was such a God moment. It was just like Holy Spirit just showing off. And the fact that I had invited a lot of people to come see me speak, I had about 30 people there, clients that were there and people that were watching. And a lot of people said it was like he was handing his mantle over to me. I was like, what? So I'm going to show you one more part of how he gets up and honors me, because I want you to see yourself in this moment. I want you to see, you put in the reps, when you do the work, God is going to show up and show off. Because let me say it again, in 19 years of following Les Brown, never in my wildest dreams did I think I'd get a chance to meet him. Not only meet him, have him give me stage time. Not only have him give me stage time, but then have him endorse me and my programs that he's never even been in. So he's going to do that right now.
Main event of.
I think, where does he do that at? Right around here.
She was powerful. And so
billions around the world. Let's bring him to the stage, the one and only Les Brown. Welcome to the party.
I'm excited to be here, and I so enjoyed Summer. She was powerful. And so I want you to know, don't ask me anything about speaking, because I think that she cleared the table. No, I ain't talking about speaking. She didn't leave nothing out there. So let's talk about something else.
All right. Let's talk about service.
Everybody, and I encourage everybody, ladies and gentlemen, to go to her program. And the reason that I do, we've gone from brick and mortar to click and order. Your ability to communicate, to do what Jim said, it's one thing to be known, it's something else to be remembered. What Summer does is give you the skill set so that you can create an experience with an audience and take them to a place in themselves that they can't go by themselves, and allow them to have a vision beyond their abuse, a vision beyond the things that they've gone through, a vision beyond all of the chaos and the fear and the anxiety and the hopelessness that so many people are experiencing. She is a transformative speaker. And as a result of your going through that experience with her, because she's not just a messenger, she is the message. People say, practice what you preach. No, Summer believes, preach what you practice. And she's a total package. And as a result of your aligning yourself with her, I want you to write this down, brand up. Anytime that you align yourself with someone like Summer. You're branding up someone like Summer who believes do not go where the path may lead, go where there's no path and leave a trail. What you do is that you increase and you develop borrowed credibility because you're in alignment with someone who masters what she does, and she's committed herself to helping you to master your voice and your story, and reminding you that that story that you're sitting on, somebody is waiting on. She's living from that place that Bishop T.D. Jakes said. He said, there's no success without successors. And so Summer is doing the greater work with her voice, with her story, and her knowledge and experiences. And as a result of her doing that, and you're showing up at her events, your life will never be the same again. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
I agree.
So one of the greatest moments of my life, couldn't believe it. 19 years of following that man and, emulating him. I used to tell people, I want to be the female Les Brown. I want to be able to impact people at that level. And then to have him take that moment of honor was just, it was absolutely unreal. Where does the time go? My goodness, already 11:30. What are your thoughts on that? Brand up. Yes. I mean, Wanda, you've been at my events when he says, go to her events, go in person, our in-person events, whether it's Master the Stage, Fear into Faith Live, or our Equipping the Saints that we have coming up. They're so powerful. They're so transformative. I love it. Go where there is no path and leave a trail. Amen. You have a responsibility to manifest the greatness in you. I'm so glad that I'd studied him and I knew his message and I knew how to quote him, because that's what I said. If you're going to give me your time, then I'm going to honor you and I'm going to quote you. And I did tell you guys that later on, I've actually had 2 phone conversations with him and I got to talk to him about that moment and everything. It was just amazing. Just amazing. So y'all ready to have a moment and be prepared? Did you get your tickets to Master the Stage, at least virtual? Lauren, did you get your ticket yet? Well, if not now, when? And there is no better way for you to get prepared than to get with us at Master the Stage. Because what else is there? Unless you guys got something better on the table, that's your next step. That is your next step. And there are a few people out there that can't go find something to sell, go find someone to invest in you. Hey, can you invest and get me this ticket right now? And I'm going to work to sell some stuff. I've had ladies have garage sales before. It was amazing. The very next day of my challenge, you guys, a lady did a Facebook Live in one day. She had arranged a garage sale. She's Facebook Living from the garage sale. Talk about being unstoppable. It was amazing. So, oh, Lauren, you live in Frisco, so it's not optional for you to do virtual. If you live in Frisco and do virtual, something is wrong. She's probably going to be only 30 minutes from the TV studio because usually it's like Farmers Branch area. I didn't realize it says on there, Lauren Hall, Frisco, Texas. Yes, Lauren, you got to come in person. You got no excuses because you don't even have to pay for a hotel or a plane ticket. And I'm going to remind you guys, we have had people fly from Australia, from South Africa, from Canada to be with us in Master the Stage. So don't miss that. All right, let me check my notes of what else I want to share with you all today. All right, we talked a little bit about this on the other day. I talked about how to not be stoppable. How to not be stoppable. So if this is really your dream and your vision and what you want to do, I want you to take just take a piece of paper out or just write this down. I want you to create, like have some fun, get creative. If you've got kids, do it with your kids, but get a large poster board if you can and create squares on there and number them 1 to 100. And this is a great technique that I've done for many things. I did it when I became a coach, Wanda. When I first became a coach, my first goal was like, I'm going to get 10 clients. I'm going to get 10 clients. I know I can create this coaching business if I could just get 10 women to be in a group program. And it was my first program. It's $497 to be in it for 6 weeks. And I wanted 10 women. And that was a crazy goal for me. My husband is laughing because he already knows where it's going. That was a crazy goal for me, you guys. I had never even made $5,000 in a month before. I never had made, as an adult, I had never made $5,000 in a month before. And if I got 10 women at $497, that would be $4,970. And I was like, I can do this. And do you know what my husband said to me? My encouraging and my loving husband said to me? He said, I just don't see it. I don't know who these 10 women are. And I was like, what? Well, Lauren's face is priceless. He says, well, maybe I don't even know who they are either. They're going to be women on Facebook that I don't even know yet. I said, but I'm going to find 10 women. There's 2 billion people on Facebook. 10 of them have to want to work with me. I was so mad at him. I'm like, well, I'm not going to get stopped by you. And within 2 weeks, I had not just 10, but I had my first 12 clients. And I launched my coaching business. And 6 months from then, I had made $100,000 as a coach in my first 6 months. And 2 months after that, I had my first $100,000 day when I got 12 women into a $12,000 coaching program on month 8 as a coach. It was December. I launched my coaching business in April. Crazy, huh? But it starts with you make those goals and you just do those activities. And so you can start with 10. And then you know what I did, Wanda? I made hearts. So I made a piece of paper with 10 hearts and I would pray, who are these 10 people going into this heart? And then when I launched the next round of my coaching program, I did 10 hearts. And sometimes I would write in pencil women I wanted that I thought would be great. And sometimes I would turn it into pen when they registered, but I always had my 10 hearts. And then once I got really good at 10 hearts, I did a poster board with 100 hearts. And I was like, I'm going to work with 100 women this year. I have no idea how to coach that many people at one time. I got to figure it out. And I did, and I figured it out. And we had about 153, I think, women that went into my Fear into Faith Academy. It was so crazy. And I filled all of those hearts. You guys can do the same thing in your speaking business. What would it look like if you made a poster board and you have 100 boxes? And I call this welcome the no. Write that down. Welcome the no. Welcome the no. If you made 100 boxes and you decided, I'm going to do everything it takes to become a speaker, I'm going to do everything it takes to get booked on stages, and I'm not going to stop till I get 100 no's. So you apply to a podcast and they're like, nope, we don't want you as a speaker. You apply to speak at an event. They say, no, we don't want to. You try to get on somebody's summit. They say, no, you don't want to. We don't want you. You post in a Facebook group, I'm looking for speaker gigs, and you get no comments. Those are no's. And you get to you can put a red check in that box. Woohoo, they don't want me on this podcast. Woohoo, they never replied to my email. Most people will not go after the no, and they won't get 100. But what would it be like if you just welcome the no? It doesn't hurt you. You're like, awesome, move on. They don't want me. It's like learning to be a joyful student of failure. Call those 100 failures and check them off with pride. This is my 65th no. I dare you to do this because I have never had a client in our speaker program yet to show me that they made all their boxes and got 100 no's. And I'm willing to bet you won't even be able to get 100 no's. Because when you laser out your dream with that level of tenacity, that's going to be contagious. And pretty soon, the yeses are just going to fly in. You know, I did this with network marketing. I was like, okay, I'm going to go get 100 no's. I'm going to focus on, I'm going to get 1 no a day. I couldn't get any no's. I got over 100 clients my first year. I couldn't get anyone to say no. I think because did you guys know that people pay attention to your nonverbal? They say 93% of all communications, you're nonverbal. It's your body language, it's your tone of voice, it's your confidence. And so when I was like, hey, you should get these products, everyone's like, oh. And then I have other people, I can't get anyone to buy. I can't get anyone to say no. What are you doing wrong? Like my belief in the product and my enthusiasm, and my you got to get this. And I was like, no, partners say no. I want to tell my mentor I got 100 no's. I couldn't tell her. I was like, I cannot get anyone to say no. It's contagious. So Lauren, I dare you to do this. Make a chart. Be like, I'm going for the no. I'm welcoming the no. Let's go no. Woo. and see what happens. And then make a decision. Okay, I'm lasering into this and I'm never giving up on this speaker dream of mine until 100 people tell me no. And probably by that point, if you actually get 100 no's, you'll be, let's do 100 more. That was fun. That was fun. You don't have to be scared of it anymore. All right, I'm going to grab one more set of my slides here. Give me 1 second. Y'all hear what I'm throwing down? Can I take a share from someone in VIP here? I think Lauren. Lauren, what do you think God's trying to say to you today? I just keep seeing your face. You're just so cute.
Am I unmuted? Can you hear me?
Now, yes.
Does that work?
Yeah.
Okay. I think God is, oh my gosh, I'm not going to apologize for saying no or because you said not to.
Good job. Own the stage. Own the stage.
So I really think that God is really just like called me to this entirely because I have been one of those people who like kind of had to have an invitation to know God, and like I was never raised in the church or anything like that. And I know that a lot of the things that I have been through in my life, if I could just share my story with people, like I could help so many people. And like I've spent the past 10, 15 years like in so deep in self-development and everything like that. So if I could just take all of my 15 years of studying and put it into like one thing and be able to just like share it with people, it would save them so much time. It would save them so much heartache. It would save them just so much in their life and just maybe like help them bridge that gap from where they are and where they want to be. And that's my passion.
I love it.
That's what I want to do.
You are?
I'm sorry, what?
Sorry.
One more time.
How old are you?
I'm 26.
I love it. Your 15 years of personal development that you started at 11. That's awesome. Because I want my daughter to say that when she's 26. I have 3 girls. One of them is 12. And she's reading personal development books right now. So excited.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. That's amazing. Yeah, you have to, you need to come to Master Your Voice, and then you got to write down Fear into Faith Live. It's September 11th through the 13th. You got to come to that too, because I want to introduce you to Jean Marie. Jean Marie is one of my clients. She's been with me off and on for almost 5 years. And she's in her young 30s, but you remind me of her. And also lots of personal development. She's done tons of personal development to be a wife, and she's not married yet. So I just feel you guys would just super get along, because I'm sure most of your peers haven't done the level of personal development that you're doing.
Well, when they get around me, they kind of have to.
Yeah. Did you do the blueprint, the speaker blueprint?
The speaker blueprint?
Yeah, we did it a couple days ago. Were you here?
Yes.
I want to know.
I have like 8 pages of notes, so let me find it.
So I want to know, if you could only teach people one thing, what's your one thing you want to teach them, and who is it?
Okay, it was actually so funny because I had written it down before you had even said anything about it. I know it's here. Okay, I had written down 3, and one of them was to pursue your passion, because I think that there are so many people in this world that spend far too much time like just trying to survive and not just like living and like feeling like there's so much joy. You could just be like so happy, and like there's so many people that struggle, and it's so sad. So I would want to do that. Like you can pursue your passion. You can find joy in your life. And the second thing, which I really want to run with this one as well, is the unconditional love of God. God pursuing me when I was running away, when like I didn't believe, I didn't want to believe. I was so put off of Christianity because I'd known Christians to be just like discriminatory. And I'm just all about people being who they are. And it wasn't until London, who I had invited into here, he had like brought me to the church and showed me God. And through prayer, I was able to ask him, like, show me what it's like to be pursued by you. And instead of anything happening from then on, he showed me everything that had happened from then and before, everything in my life, that he was there and he had my back even when I was looking away. And that's something that I really want to share. But then when William had come and we did the VIP and he was talking about getting on stages in high schools, you can't really like talk about God. So what I really wanted to do was talk to them about just having pride in themselves, and like pride being perseverance, responsibility, integrity, determination, and excellence. And if you can instill those things, you owe it to yourself. You owe it to the younger version of yourself. You owe it to the future version of yourself that's waiting for you to just accomplish everything. And you just owe it to you. That's what I want to teach people.
So good. So you live in Frisco. I got to ask you, any chance you go to Elevate Life?
Okay, so I actually don't live in Frisco. I live in Greenville, but I had worked in Frisco. So it's still not far from Dallas. I'm still going to be there, no doubt.
Okay.
But no, I don't. I would love to go though.
I know people who live there. I who live in Frisco. Frisco's awesome. And I've been to Elevate Life a couple times. That's out that direction. So I was just curious. I live about an hour from like Frisco and stuff. Okay. Well, let's reverse engineer this. Okay. This is some of the stuff that we'll do more at Master the Stage. And so your first thing is you want to teach people to pursue their dreams. Now, if I were to give you a microphone and give you a stage and give you an opportunity to teach that concept, what is an activity or something that you could have them do right then and there to learn a skill that will help them to pursue their dreams?
To learn a skill? I think self-reflection is probably the biggest skill that they would have to learn in order to do that, because I would probably guide them through an activity of, like get a piece of paper, how you do like vision casting, get a piece of paper, write a letter to your current self from your future self when you have literally everything. If only miracles happened in your life from this point on, like what would your life look like? Don't let anything hold you back. Like don't think about what's possible. Like that's out of the window. Think about like what is the absolute best thing, and kind of just like backtrack it and find like what do you need to do to make that happen.
Oh my gosh, Lauren, you're so born to be a speaker. This is so good.
I'm
I do
saying,
like that in Fear into Faith Academy, except I have my clients write a letter to their future self 6 months from now. I have them write a letter to themselves and date it 6 months from now. But I love this activity. So I want to challenge you that there's a 2-part activity. Can I add something to that for you?
absolutely.
So I think the first activity, to get them to pursue their dreams, I would just tell them, and my mentor used to do this. She used to say, okay, take out a piece of paper, a fresh piece of paper. If money were no object, you could do anything with your life. What would you do? See how many answers you can write. See if you can get to at least 50 things. And I don't care if you're 25 or 85. If money were no object, what would you do with your life? Where would you go? What job would you have? Would you be an author? It's really important when you guys have people to do activities that you keep giving them examples. So don't just say, if money were no object, what would you do with your life? Go. Say, what would you do? What would you do with your family? What would you do with your business? You want to give them examples. How much money would you want to make? What big crazy vacation would you take? Where would you travel? How many vacations would you take? In fact, write all the countries you would go to right now. What's a dream you've forgotten? If money was no object, if you won the $500 million lottery, like what are you gonna do with your one crazy life? And so then I would play some music and just let them just brain dump that, write everything. And then you could do something like, now circle like the 10, that if you could just have 10, like what are those 10? So I do a training like this when I do goal setting for the year. And so if you could just have 10, what would those 10 be? Then you could talk a little more and say, here's what we're going to do to activate this list. I want you to look at that list. I want you to look at those 10. And then I want you to see where you could be in 5 years from now. In 5 years from now, what would your life look like if you were able to accomplish those 10 things? And then tell them to write a letter as their future self 5 years from now. Write a letter to yourself as your future self 5 years from now who has accomplished those 10 things. And then give them time to write that letter. So you're kind of stirring up their imagination and stirring the pot before they do the letter.
That's perfect.
Love it. Can't wait to see you do this sometime.
You will in June.
So my mentor, Danny Johnson, that used to teach that, and If Money Were No Object, she helped grow a lot of network marketers. And so as a business coach, she would then take that material and show you how, like, here's your big visions. And then she would do a dot on a board, and here's your income. And the problem is that most people's dreams don't match their income. And so she would tie it into, now let me teach you stuff on how to grow your income. So you can strategically figure out how you want to tie that into whatever it is that you're teaching. I can tie it into fear, and how, like, most of the reasons you're not going to do all these things on your list or what you've put in your bubble is because of fear. And so then I can anchor all my fear points, but you could do the same thing. You can anchor in pursuing your dreams. And I love it. And I love that you're so young and, like, so educated. We have several, like, younger girls that are just super on fire. Mackenzie and Rebecca, like, you would just love to meet them. I feel like if you come to Fear and Faith Live, you're going to meet these girls and be like, what? Like, where have you been all my life? Those girls are from Canada, but they come. They come.
Wow.
They just were on the cruise that we went on. We went on a Fear and Faith cruise with 58 of our clients. It's amazing. So good. Wanda, I still can't believe you weren't there. I still can't believe you weren't there. It was so good. Oh my goodness gracious. Thank you, Lauren. I'm saying, oh my goodness gracious, because time is just flying away. I'd love to work with one more of you. Is there anybody else you want to share me one of your teaching points that you wrote from your blueprint, and we can flesh that out really quick? Wanda, Natasha, Cherise, Jose, Nicole, Cherie. Jose, you never show us your face. You're this elusive, mysterious guy. Which one of you guys filled out your speaker blueprint the other day? And if you have a teaching point, you can tell me what it is. Natasha, do you have one? You guys are looking at your notes and not me. You're muted. You have to unmute there.
I guess this is a speaking point. Is I apologize. I haven't filled out my blueprint. I need to. I'm not supposed to say sorry though. But over the last few days, I've been thinking and praying about what things I want to say and doing what God wants my whole through point. And the whole eternity thing is part of it. But also because of my age and where I am in life right now, I feel like I need to share with women that this is not the end. Just because you're divorced or broke or don't have a job or 55 years old or think that you're overweight, whatever it is, this is not the end, because it's not about who I think that I am or who I used to think that I was, but it's about who God says I am. And do I really know what that is? Because if I don't, then I need to buy Summer's book and read the Bible every day. But no, because I need to sit with him and know him. And this morning, I felt like he was saying to me, this isn't quiet time, it's conversation time. And when you know and trust God, then I don't want to have quiet time. I can sit by myself in quiet all the time. But I want to have a conversation with him, and that takes some activity. And that's how you learn to trust him and get to know who he thinks you are and what you're capable of.
That's good. And I love it. So if you were to get on stage and talk about, people don't just take a second to sit and be with God, and we're going to do that right now. We're going to take a second to sit with God. So my third journal, it's the First Year of Miracles journal, and the men's journal actually has a writing activity in it. I take activity when I have a webinar I teach called How to Hear from God. I should get you a copy of it.
Thanks.
Sometimes. And I do a writing activity that I teach in the book, where I tell people to write a letter to God, write a letter to God, and then wait and hear back from him in a really kind of special way. So you could do something like that where you say, we're going to sit right now. Have you ever written a letter? Some of you have probably never written anything to God before. And if you haven't, this is awesome. This is really going to change your perspective on things. And if you have, maybe you haven't written one in a while. So I don't know what you want to, dear God, dear Heavenly Father, Papa Daddy, like whatever you call dad, call God, just go ahead and do that. And then just pour your heart out to the Lord for a couple minutes. And we're just going to play some worship music and just sit. And if you don't know what to say, just close your eyes and just breathe. No paper, nobody's paying attention to you. We're just going to take a few minutes for you to just be with God. So just breathe him in and then pour your heart out to him and write him a letter right now.
So good. That's so good. Thank you. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And I love that. And wait for a response, because that's one of the other things that he's been saying to me. You know, God listens to us. He hears and he takes action. There's no unanswered prayer. It's just our timing that kind of or our wants that kind of screw that up.
Yeah.
That's great. Thank you very much.
You are most welcome. That's like my favorite thing to do. I love helping people to activate and lessons. And so that's the difference for me, you guys, between a transformational speaker and a motivational speaker. A motivational speaker is kind of like the first version of what Lauren wanted to come and do. And she's really great. And she's strong in her messaging. And I want to teach you to pursue your dreams, and you got to pursue your dreams. And she's got a lot of great one-liners, and she's going to say them all. And then what? So the difference is a motivational speaker is going to make you feel really good, like you can change your life, but you leave and you realize, wait a second, what am I supposed to do? Transformational speaker is going to give you tools, tips, techniques, activation, something that you can leave that room and change your life immediately. I gave you guys the example this week. I said, I'm going to teach you a magic trick, change your life, change your mouth, change your life. And I taught you about how I used to say I was tired all the time, Natasha. And then I changed all the sleep the good Lord intended.
Yes.
So, audience member, I'm going to teach them right then and there to decide, what have you been saying that you want to break up with, and what are you going to change it to? And so I know when they leave, if it's I'm tired, and I can get them to stop saying I'm tired, their whole life will be transformed.
Amen.
Amen. Is figuring out what's that key message, change your mouth, change your life, and you activate that so that they can leave and still continue to have success. And so if you teach them this journaling activity, now they have a tool, and they can now go home tomorrow morning and they can continue to use that tool. So Natasha is like a really great example, you guys, of what's the tool you can give them? What's the technique you can give them? Most speakers, in my experience, are not doing this. Most speakers are not transformational speakers, and they are not giving you specific actionable steps that you can do right away to change your life. This is one of the things that we work on in our coaching program. We work on helping you to have those specific actionable things that people can do to change their life. I have been having people email me, and I have been people asking me how to coach with me and what to do. I did talk with just our VIP clients about it the other day. Are you guys okay if I take a couple minutes here? I just want to show everybody, for those of you that are serious, for those of you you're like, yeah, I have to do this. You can read all the books you want on speaking. I have a digital course. You can even just go through a digital course, but the best way to get really good at speaking is to do it. And what we have created in our speaker program is amazing. I have this fully comprehensive, proven training portal that you can watch these videos and these trainings, and then you get a chance to do them. You get a chance to drop those videos, and then we review them. So Natasha, if you're in the program, every week you have a homework assignment, you drop it in there, and then I review your stuff and we go over it, and I give you tips and techniques right then and there to then take yourself to the next level. And then you go to the next level and you have the next training, and then there's more. And so our system is just phenomenal at moving people forward every week. So I want to show you what that's like to come and to work with myself. And actually Jay Lauren, who was one of our VIP trainers, he's one of my trainers as well. So you have an opportunity to work with me, work with him on weekly calls to move yourself forward. Just drop coaching in the chat if you're like, yeah, I'm ready. I need coaching. I got to have somebody to help me with this, to teach me how to do it. I've got to have that safe environment and that opportunity to be able to practice my skills. And for some of you, I'm just letting you know, that means we're going to talk about money. Is that okay? So drop coaching in the chat if you're like, yeah, I really want to hear, what do I need to do for coaching? So let me just show you my slides really quick here. I love it. Natasha's already like, give me the link. Hold on, come back. All right, let me share my slides. There they are. 1 second. All right. Let me know if you can see my slides. I see your face, Lauren, Tanya. Can you guys see my slides? You see where it says master your voice? Okay, awesome. Awesome. Whoops, one more second. All right, beautiful friends. Master Your Voice Challenge. That's where we are. So, come over here. Kingdom Speaker, the world is waiting for your voice. That's why you're here. You know the world's waiting for your voice. And if not now, when? If not now, when? Do not sit on this dream to be a speaker even one more second, because it is time, my friend. It is time. It's time for you to become a weapon of warfare. That's what we call our speakers. We turn people into weapons of warfare, because when you can powerfully stand on a stage and you have the ability to inspire, influence, and impact on the level that God's called you to, you are a weapon of warfare, and it's time for you to become that. You ready? Drop ready in the chat if you're ready. Especially if right now you're like, my stomach is turning, my body is on fire, this is freaky. Yes, it's time for you to be ready. Drop ready in the chat. So this is our Kingdom Speakers Academy 3-month program. So join the Kingdom Speakers Academy 90-day speaker training program with Summer Day. Greater kingdom impact, get on stages and increase your profits. So if all you got was our community, if all you got was the ability to link shields of faith and grow with this group of kingdom entrepreneurs, would it be worth it? If all you got was the push you need to stop putting your dreams on hold. If you guys haven't noticed, I get a little pushy when it comes to my clients. Would it be worth it? And if all you got was the encouragement to pursue and then to do the big things, I'm talking about not just deciding to jump off the log, but to do it, would it be worth it? Drop worth it in the chat. And if all you got was the ability to be seen as the expert you are, would it be worth it? If all you got was the ability to be heard by the right ears and the right hearts, would it be worth it? And if all you got was the ability to get paid what you're worth, would it be worth it? Drop worth it in the chat. And if all you got was the proven strategies that you need to become a transformational speaker, and the tools and the systems that you need to have a 6-figure speaking business. And if all you got was the opportunity to make a larger impact and income from the stage, would it be worth it? Drop worth it in the chat. So in 3 months, you're going to gain the confidence you need to become a powerful transformational speaker. You're going to craft your story and message into a signature talk. You're going to have your message heard by audiences who are waiting for what you carry. Expand your kingdom influence and impact. And here's the 3 ways we want to help you achieve that. So the first is our Unleash Your Voice training on demand, training portal on demand access. So you have an access to a vast vault of trainings that I've done. You can go at your own pace. So if you're like a super overachiever, you can crunch all these out in like 4 weeks, get it done, and then spend the rest of the time refining. It's really up to you. You can walk through different skills and techniques to become a mouthpiece for the kingdom and master the craft of speaking. So you get weekly group sessions with myself. Summer's Expansive Knowledge with coaching speakers will propel your progress even faster and give you strategic feedback that you can implement. Get personalized coaching on your story and to craft your perfect speech. Leverage Summer's wisdom to become a profitable speaker on stages. You will also get monthly one-on-one coaching calls with our highly skilled coaches. So they'll be able to uniquely address whatever's going on with you. And even more than that, hold you accountable to your goals to make sure that you're pushing yourself forward. A highly skilled coach to help you gain clarity and a solid mindset to get you results, accountability to help you move forward every step of the way and accelerate your results. So will you be next? Will you be next? I love these pictures. Who needs your story? These are some of our clients and some of the stages that we've put them on. It's just been so awesome to see their growth and their impact. And the question that I always get asked is, what does it cost? And if you're somebody that's always what you're asking, I just want to encourage you to stop asking what something costs and start asking yourself, what does it cost you? Because what does it cost you? And what does it cost the people that you're called to serve if you don't step into this? If you do not get the coaching, the tools, the skills, and the techniques to practice and practice and practice and move forward, what will it cost the people you're called to serve? And what will happen if you don't become a transformational speaker that you're called to be? And that's my daughter getting her life changed by one of our clients, Shauna. So amazing. This is Chad. He was the winner of Master the Stage last year. And I love this because Chad came with his wife. He came with his wife to support her. He did not come for the event or to be a speaker. And something happened over those 3 days. He got bit by the Holy Spirit. And it's crazy that I've only known him for a year, but his whole life's transformed. He launched an amazing podcast this year. He's crushing it. Just so many things that have happened. So I cannot express enough how transformative my journey has been since meeting Summer Day. I attended one of her Master the Stage competitions, and it opened my eyes to the incredible impact she has on others. In that moment, I felt the profound calling from the Holy Spirit urging me to join her program, Master Your Voice. Since then, my wife and I launched our podcast, Rock Bottoms Up, dedicated to addiction recovery. In June, I participated in Summer's Master the Stage competition and was honored to take first place. This achievement is a testament to her brilliance as a speaking coach. Because you guys, he had never been a speaker, he'd never anything. He just came, got the training, and 6 months later won the next contest. If it weren't for Summer Day, I wouldn't be where I am today. She has not only helped me become a confident speaker, but also played a vital role in my spiritual journey. I wholeheartedly recommend her to anyone seeking to elevate their speaking skills and deepen their faith. And this is Amy. What I love about Amy, you guys, is Amy was already speaking on stages all over the world. She was crushing it in the network marketing industry, and they were always asking her to speak places. But what nobody knew was that she hated it and she was terrified. They would ask her to speak and she would just cry because she knew she had to say yes. And so she started working with me, and she says, before working with Summer, I was already speaking to thousands of people, but I was terrified. I'd feel like I was going to throw up. And working with Summer has been way more than I could ever expect. It's been absolutely amazing. She over delivers and is incredible at helping us perfect our speeches. So she has such a gift for helping you make your speech better. And I'm so grateful to her. And it's been so much fun. Now that I've spent this year working with her, I no longer am afraid to speak in front of audiences, and I actually look forward to it. So if any of you guys have been nervous, I'm just telling you, I know I can do for you what I've been able to help Amy do. And then this is Ruthie. She won our Master the Stage competition in 2023. I just want you to put Master the Stage in the chat if you want to win 2025. Who is myself and Ruthie, and Chad, you're coming to play. You're yes, I want to win over $50,000 in cash and prizes. And I want to just get supercharged. The winner last time, you guys got 12 different speaking opportunities, podcast interviews, all kinds of stuff. It's part of their package for winning. So just drop that in the chat. I want to see. All right. Ruthie says, if you're considering, or if you're on the fence and you're considering this, I would just ask you one question. Could you go faster with it, or can you go faster without it? Coaches, mentors, and opportunities like this, they help you collapse timelines. They help you to get to your goals faster. They give you the express ticket to your dreams and your goals. My question would be, do you want to go there fast, or do you want to go there slow? Drop that in the chat, fast or slow, because there's really only two paths for you guys right now. There is. I hope you hear that. There's only two choices. There is fast. You get in this program. We laser you into what you need to learn. We hone your craft of speaking over the next 3 months, or you go slow. You continue to show up on just free challenges or free things that you can get your hands on, or you read a book about speaking, and you're going to get there really, really slow. Do you want to get there fast, or do you want to get there slow? Drop in the chat, fast or slow. So join the Kingdom Speakers Academy 90-day speaker training program with Summer Day. You're going to get access to that Unleash Your Voice speaker training portal. You're going to get weekly group calls with myself. And let me just tell you, what do you think will happen if you and I are on calls every week? And then you get those three one-on-one coaches with one-on-one calls with one of our coaches. So the total value of this is over $20,000. And just so you guys know, I've had coaching packages all the way up to $35,000, but we're not charging you guys near that at all. So total value, $25,197. And for this challenge, we're doing special pricing of $5,997 to join the Kingdom Speakers Academy program. And we're also going to help you out. If you pay in full, we're going to drop $1,000 off the price, and you're going to be able to get it for only $49,997. So, which is a phenomenal, incredible, best deal that we have actually done on this program. So it's time to put feet to your faith, which means it's time for you guys to run. Faith without works is dead. You got to put in the works. Success loves speed, and Summer loves working with fast action takers, because I'm a fast action taker. I love working with people that are like, yes, you're the coach for me. Let's go. I've got to do this. So if you're a fast action taker, this is what I have for you. The first 3 people, and we already had this happen, but I'm going to open it up one more time today. So I'm going to do the first 3 people today. So if you missed this the other day, you have one chance right now. So the first 3 people that get this today, you're going to get a one-on-one coaching session with Jay Lauren. And they're supposed to be an hour. I know sometimes he's gone 2 or 3 hours, because he will personalize that coaching for you and help you to master your storytelling. Absolutely incredible to work one-on-one with him. You guys, I've worked one-on-one with him. When I've done speaker contests or stuff, I've run my stuff by Jay Lauren, because he's such a master. So don't miss that. If you're on the fence at all, get off the fence and get your deposit in and get here right now. I'm also going to give you an in-person ticket to Master the Stage. Now, this is the general admission ticket to Master the Stage. But we're going to give you that ticket to Master the Stage Live. You can come and be with us and get the coaching and hold the microphone and all the things. So don't miss that. And then we're going to do one more thing for you. If you pay in full, we're giving you another fast action bonus where we're going to give you 4 months instead of 3 months, making this actually the best deal that I've offered to get into our program. And if you have wanted to coach with me, you've wanted to work with me, this really is your time. As I said, I think God is shifting some stuff with my ministry, trips to India and stuff like this. I just don't know if I'll be launching this again. I don't know if the Lord will have me do the back half of 2025 any speaker coaching. So if you want a speaker coach with me, like, this is it. I'm not just saying that. Jump in the program. So here's to reiterate all of the different things that you're going to be getting: the training portal, the group coaching sessions with me, and Jay Lauren does those calls too, the one-on-one coaching sessions, the first 3 getting a one-on-one coaching session with Jay Lauren, the in-person ticket for Master the Stage, and the extra month of coaching. So 4 months for the price of 3. That's like a 33% extra value. So get on the fast track to profitability, more stages in Kingdom Influence, event only pricing. It's $4,997. The cool thing is that we've partnered with Stripe, and we have new payment plans available, which is amazing. I wasn't able to offer this in previous times, you guys. So we've partnered with Stripe. We have new payment plan options. So drop payment option in the chat right now if you're like, okay, I need someone on your team, Summer, to let me know about the payment options. So drop payment option in the chat if you want to hear about those options, so that, you know, some of you don't have the $5,000 right now to jump in. That's okay. Just don't be stoppable. Okay. To put payment option in the chat. I always tell everybody, at least apply for the payment option. If you're not able to get it, that's okay. But I'm going to tell you, I have had person after person shocked and floored that they were able to partner with us and make it happen at a monthly payment that was affordable for them. You got to at least explore your options. Okay. Don't throw your hands in the air and go, well, I don't have 5K. It's not for me. At least explore this until it's a no. Okay. I have several different payment options, and I'm going to say it again. I've had tons of people shocked that they were able to get in my program. And the reason is, you guys, is because when I hit 7 figures as a coach, there's certain things that I've opened up and opportunities and partnerships that I can offer my clients that other people out there don't get an option to do. So make sure you drop payment option in the chat and check that out. All right. If you want to go farther, faster for transformational speakers who needed to be on stages like yesterday, like my friend Amy, she was like, I'm already on stages. I need more. I've got to go farther, faster. I don't know if this is Tanya, because Tanya's already got a book. She's like, I need to go farther, faster. So I want you to drop faster in the chat because we do have another leveled up program that I haven't talked about. We do have an opportunity to actually come in person with Jay Lauren and I. You saw those pictures where we're going to put you on 4 different stages. It includes you coming and getting on a TV show interview, all kinds of other things. It's a higher investment though. Okay. So it's for people that are more serious. You want more one-on-one time with Jay Lauren and myself. You just know you want to go faster. You want to get more assets, all that stuff. Then drop faster in the chat. And then I'll have somebody on my team reach out to you. Okay. I love this video. This is my heart right now, you guys. You're here because you know there's a way up. You're here because you know you're called to be a speaker. The reason that you haven't been able to get where you want to go is because you haven't had somebody there to show you the way. And if you will let me, I would love to be that person that shows you the way, how to get up that hill and how to achieve this dream that you've had for quite some time of being a speaker. There's a way up, I promise you. The world's being changed by the bold and courageous. Are you going to be one of them? Because picture a day, my friend, where you are going to get to hear the words, "You changed my life." There is nothing like coming off a stage and having somebody look you in the eyes with tears streaming down their face. Say, "You changed my life." I want you to picture a day when you're going to be able to hear that. So I pray all of you guys jump in. This is your next step. Get on coaching with me, get that training portal, and let's go to work. And then by June, you're going to be really ready to go. You're going to be really ready to go for that Master Your Stage event. Drop any questions that you have in the chat, and then I'll have my team answer it. Any questions you have, drop that. All right. I see a couple of people writing the payment option on there. Awesome. So let me show you this really quick for you guys. When you click the button, it'll take you to this page. And I'm going to just show you how to access the first options for payments. All right. So let me just show you that really quick, because there's so many people dropping in the chat. And Marcel, can you comment the link to those people that are jumping in the chat?
Yeah, 1 second.
Okay, awesome. All right. So for those of you who want payment options, when you click on the link to join the program, it's going to say, "Step into your calling, join our 3-month Kingdom Speakers program." Okay. And this tells you all the things that you're going to get. Now, when you scroll down here, obviously you save if you pay in full, but here's this option with payments. So I want you to come over here. And when you come over here, it shows you how to circle and check to see what your options are. You may have an option with Amazon Pay. You may have an option with Affirm. So right now, if you do Affirm, as you see, they can offer you it for $200 a month. Okay, so you can't get it for free. And anyone who's scrappy and's got grit, you can figure out how to make an extra $207 a month. You can figure out how to, Uber or babysit or bake cookies. I had a lady, she baked pies. She wanted to be in my coaching program. That was $500 a month. She literally baked pies and cookies and sold them at church. She was just not stoppable. And that was for a year-long program to get in. She did it every month. She just figured out how to make the $500. I have countless testimonials of clients who are like, I don't know how I'm going to afford this. And as soon as they put down their deposit, as soon as they had their skin in the game, it's like God just rewards the brave and the faithful. And I have client after client that, like, one lady, she'll tell you, like, somebody called her 15 minutes later that wanted to buy her stuff. I had a lady the other time, she was trying to find $300 for a deposit. And then she had somebody literally call her and was like, I have something, $300. She called us crying. She's like, oh my gosh, like the $300 just showed up. So don't be stoppable, but that's very doable at $200 a month. You may have a Google Pay option. It just kind of depends on what you have set up. So that's how you check out the payment options. Now, if you go through this, we can see on our end. And if you get denied, we can see it on our end. And if you get denied, then we will reach out to you with 2 other potential funding options that we have. This is just the best one. So we want you to start here. So don't be stoppable. All of you that wrote payment option, at least click on that and check that out and figure out how you could do a $200 a month payment option. So awesome. Oh, are you texting them the link, Marcelo? Oh, he's so amazing. So he's texting you guys the link instead of putting it in this chat because the chat goes away. He's just texting it to you. So go fill that out right now. And then let me get back to my notes. Any other questions about the program, working with me, any of that, drop that in the chat. Happy to answer that. Lauren said, I ran back to the computer to type, I came to win. I love it. I love it. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right. So I have a homework assignment for you. Last homework assignment. My goodness gracious. Can't believe it. We're there. Well, before I do a homework assignment, let's give away a prize. I'm going to say probably, wow, y'all were so active. I feel like I was talking to my friend Lauren Hall a lot. So Lauren, I'm going to pick you to win today. So you're going to win my favorite prize that I'm always giving away. You're going to win the tripod selfie stick, which mine is all curved. You hold your phone. It's amazing. It even has a remote. Remote's right here. You pull the remote off, all of that. So congratulations. Lauren's going to win that one. And Marcelo, who do we have on Facebook?
Oh, 1 second. Sorry.
That's okay. I know you're texting a bunch of people. Is it better to do VIP at the conference? Sorry. Is it better to do VIP or the 90 days? It's better to do the 90 days if you have to choose. Because if you do the 90-day program, right, you're getting an extra month right now. So now you're getting 4 months. Then, so if you do the 90 days, you're getting 4 months instead of 3. And I'm giving you still an in-person ticket. Yeah. So you won't be able to get like the headshots and all of that other stuff, but you'll still get to come. So that is by far the best option because it includes the in-person ticket. Yeah. And I mean, the event's awesome. Okay. Challenges. You guys are with me like 2 hours a day, right? So it's like 6 hours plus a bonus. It's 8 hours. Or a 3-day event is like 8 to 10 hours for 3 days. So we're getting 3 times as much. But working with me for 4 months, like it's a no-brainer. You will grow so much more working with me for 4 months, you know? Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right. So all right. On virtual, the winner that we're going to pick on virtual to win the same tripod is going to be Michelle Fostervold. So, woo! Congratulations, Michelle. You won. And I saw you jumping in the challenge and you were doing your videos and stuff. I think she kind of joined late because she's been working. So congratulations, Michelle, on not being stoppable and then being here on Saturday. I'm so proud of you. She is awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, more questions. If we do the 90 days and are gifted the general admission, can we upgrade to VIP? Yes. And you actually save money. So that's another thing I wasn't going to tell you. But our current clients, and you would become a current client, they get a better deal. So yes, it's a full win-win. So if you guys want to, you get the coaching program, you get the in-person ticket, you do have the ability to upgrade, and it's actually discounted more for clients. So it's all the win-win. Great question, Lauren. I'm glad you asked that. And Wanda, I saw you jumped in. Proud of you. Excited. Can't wait to work with you. Our team will reach out to you guys. They're going to work on having an onboarding call with you guys on Monday. And then your first call with me is going to be Tuesday at 11. So those of you jumping into the coaching, right, Tuesday at 11 in your planner, and then I'll see you then. All right. Your homework assignment, last homework assignment. Can you believe it? My goodness, goodness, goodness. Both. Okay, hold on. yeah, you'll receive an email. Just Ashley's off for over the weekend. So if you just don't get anything, just know it's coming. All right, Wanda, in case it doesn't come, but you will. All right, beautiful friends. So your homework assignment is, I want you to, well, really quick, drop in the chat. I know that hopefully it will be challenging for you, but I want you to drop in the chat one thing. But before we do this, please drop value in the chat if you feel like you got value for being here. If you spent the $39 on VIP, I'm hoping you got more than that. But more than money is your time. Time is so much more valuable than money. And some of you guys didn't even know me. You saw my face on a Facebook ad and you came and you spent 4 different days with me. And I value that so tremendously. So please put value times 100. Yay. I just want to make sure that you guys feel like you got value for your time that you can't ever get back, and that you feel like you got propelled forward. I pray that all of you guys move forward for Master the Stage, minimum of that virtual ticket, so I can continue to just teach you everything I know, continue to bring in great guest speakers for you, and that our journey doesn't end here, because you're here because you want to move forward. You clicked that ad because you want to move forward as a speaker. So your next step is don't miss Master the Stage. And then if you know I'm the coach for you, don't miss coaching. Do everything you can. Apply for the payment options. Don't be stoppable, and let's spend the next 4 months together. All right. All right. Your homework assignment is, I want you to do 2 things. I want you to drop in the chat really quick. What's your biggest takeaway? What's been the biggest like aha moment? Hopefully you had a lot, but what was the one that was like, whoa, like that really hit you in the gut? I want you to drop that in the chat. What's the one thing that just really stood out for you? Not sharing your message is selfish. Wow. Confidence is the #1 attractive quality. I love it. I love it. I love it. So true. Let me see what they're saying on Facebook. So cute. I see you, Michelle. Value. Thank you for writing value on Facebook. I love it. So for your homework, what I want you to do, be a joyful student of failure. I love it. Joyful student of failure. So what I want you to do is I want you to do a 2-minute video and share your biggest takeaway from the event in the Kingdom Speakers group. What was your biggest takeaway from all of the different days? So share that on your personal page. Share that in the group. And then if you want to be really crazy, share it again on your personal page and do 2 Facebook Lives. Do it in the group first. So you can practice and you can feel really good about it. But then go and share on your page. Tanya, go share on your personal page and say, guys, you know what I learned today? I learned that confidence is the #1 most attractive quality in people. So I just want y'all to know, I just spent 4 days at this Master Your Voice Challenge, and like I'm working on my confidence. If you have any friends that still want a chance, you guys, I'm going to leave these replays up until Monday night. So you have until Monday night to watch the replays and all the different things if you're inviting friends. Okay. And then after that, the replays will be taken down. You only get them if you paid for the VIP. I love it. So if Coach Wanda, you go Facebook Live and you tell people, hey man, I just was at this thing. And you know what I learned? It's this great Les Brown quote. We have a responsibility to manifest the greatness inside of us. Like we have a responsibility, man. I started thinking about who I have a responsibility to manifest that. Who do you guys have a responsibility to? So that's what I want you to do. And I want you to do 1 in the Kingdom Speakers group so I can make sure that I see it. And then I'm giving you an extra challenge. Do it on your personal page. Share with your people. Your people want to hear from you. All right. I love you, friends. You all are amazing. I'm kind of sad that the challenge is already over. I had such a great week with you. On a personal note, it was a very profound week for me as well. Behind the scenes, God was really moving in my life with clarity and purpose and passion. And so thank you. This was a really special week for me, and I appreciate all of you. I'm going to pray, and then my husband's going to play a video. And then hopefully I'm going to see all of your faces, at least virtually, for Master the Stage. All right, let me pray. Father, I just thank you so much for this week, this opportunity to just laser into your people, Father, to sow seeds of confidence, Father, to kick fear off of your people, Lord, so that they can move forward powerfully, boldly, and not be stopped. Father, I just pray that you instill in them excitement, Father, for the purpose ahead, clarity, Father, for who is waiting for the message that they have in their heart, Father. And don't let them be stopped, Lord. Don't let them be stopped. And I just pray that you just make it an easy yes for every single person to join us, at least for Master the Stage, whether it's virtual or it's in person, Lord, that none of them are stopped, that you will make a way where there seems no way, Lord, for them to progress forward, continue to get trained. I pray for creative blessings on those that are like, oh man, I don't know how to get $97. Help them to bake a cake, all those things. Just give them creative miracles, Lord, to get there. Unless you got something better for them. Let their next step be an easy yes to join us at Master the Stage, Father. And I pray that these trainings, that they're steadfast with them. That it's not just something that they went through, Father, but that they're transformed by this week and they continue to move forward in what they've learned. Thank you for the honor of stewarding their time this week. What a blessing for me, Lord. Bless them as they go. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, my friends, my husband's got a video for you. At this point, if you have any other questions, you can drop them in the Facebook chat or you can email our team at support@summerday.com. Summerday, D-E-Y, because that's how the cool people spell it. And I will see you at Master the Stage, my friends. Bye.
Have you ever had an idea, like a really good idea, but you didn't know how to launch it? And you just kind of felt like you're just a good idea store, but no one's coming and buying. I have felt like that for many years until I met Summer Day and her team. She's been able to help me take my ideas and not just organize them, but how to implement them, how to launch them, how to serve people with them. It's helped me to honor the gifts that God has given me. It's actually helping me to move past limiting beliefs that I've had, or areas where I've been stuck, or potholes I have fallen in, to actually serve people.
I've always known that I've had a call to speak. And this was the time in my life where I knew I was ready, but I knew I needed help. And so God, in his goodness, placed Summer in my life right at the right time. And I'm so glad he did, because I'm building up through her trainings, the confidence and the encouragement and the specifics to improve what I know I need to be able to be effective to spread God's love and his word to his people.
I met Summer at a women's retreat, and I am starting a clothing brand, and I wanted to learn how to represent that brand well with my voice. And what really got me in, though, was that I want to learn how to speak from this woman who acts like being Christian actually makes a difference. It can affect how you pray, how you speak, how you act, and how you interact with people.
I joined Summer's program because I had been working in my business for like 7 years and found myself really, really stuck. And the wild thing is that I didn't even know I needed Summer, but God knew. I needed Summer just at the right time. And I got on a call with her, and within less than 10 minutes, God gave her downloads of how I could market myself that are so out of the box. I'm an artist. And so to be thinking the way she was thinking on how I could market and do things just blew my mind. Since then, it's just been this amazing favor and grace that has been pouring down. I love this community. We're so encouraging. And just the ideas that I get stuck in, I just really want to encourage you to jump in, join her mastermind group or her speaking group, whatever it is that you need. She's going to be there for you. And she loves the Lord, and the Holy Spirit just moves on her like incredible favor has fallen on her and me. Hope to see you soon.
I joined Master Your Voice with Summer Day because I knew that there was something more that I was created for. Through all the nuances of my life's journey as a mom and a medical provider, I knew that there was something more that could make sense out of the various pieces that I couldn't even make sense out of. And what I've learned through the training is that I have a unique voice to draw out those things that are calling among my colleagues in medicine who need to have someone help bring their voice to light too, to make a difference in all of our patients. That is why I joined, and I love it and encourage anyone to just find their own voice and learn to speak it with confidence, like I've learned with Summer Day.
I feel like I've needed to learn to use my voice more. And as a coach in it, I wanted to learn how to come across to people. And she taught that very well and learned so much and growing. She's amazing at teaching you how to use your voice and your unique you, who God created you to be, and your own message. And that's what I've been getting out of it. It's been so good. Thank you, Summer.
Summer Day, her real gifting is working with people live and in person, the tangible. She does amazing through Zoom. Her and her team, they're comprehensive in how they wrap around you with their services, their creativity, and their support. But there's something special about when you work with somebody in person, when you actually rerun something, when you try something new, when you pivot and shift. Her field of favor is really working with speakers live and in person to help them master their voice and bring their story to a stage to move the masses. It really is her gifting. And I am so blessed that I got to receive from her in person. And I can only imagine what it's going to do to your speaking.
Summer Day takes your story and gives you confidence to speak boldly. It's the trainers here that teach you the very skill set to be able to speak on stages. And all my life has been a slow process. Everything that I've done has been growing and learning and preparing for this day. And when I saw Summer go on her 3-day challenge, God said, it's time. Now, hook up with this lady because she knows what she's doing. She's got all the experience, the knowledge, the personality, and everything that I need. So I did. I stopped everything. I canceled everything off my books, and I dove in and gave it 100% everything that I am. And I'm so glad I did because I have learned so much. If you looked at my speeches a month ago before I started this and my speeches now, you wouldn't even recognize me.
It doesn't matter what program you're in, as long as you're in this community. Oh, these people love hard. They love hard and they want to see you succeed too. And it's like in the Bible, you know, it says, you know, to come around your brothers and sisters and be in community with them. There's a reason for that, and there's such an amazing display about that. It does not matter what program it is. It's the space and the community that gets drawn in here that just represents what God has been asking us to do as far as coming together as unity and as family.
And you've got a powerful message that the world needs to hear.
It's a total game changer. It helps you to truly, truly accelerate.